fickle 93.3 FM. Random Radio. It's time for Raging Rhino Soccer. Tonight's game is brought to you by Auto Depot USA, Best Volvo, Blueberry Hill Apartment, Chase Pitkin, Clarion Riverside Hotel, Connolly Printing, Faber Homes, Free Time Magazine, Gallo and Yacovangelo, Golden Memories, Arrow East, Messenger Post Newspapers, Midtown Tire, Health Source Chiropractic, Oma, Mollier Chevrolet Buick, Lakeside Country Club, Excel Partners, Marina Dodge, New York Lottery, Personal Health Approach, Soccer Report, Tony's Collision, Total Tan, Vision Nissan, World Gym, Weigel. Now, here's the Rochester Raging Rhinos broadcast team.
Ever forward on a quest for first place, the Rochester Raging Rhinos found themselves in St. Paul, Minnesota earlier this week, a date with the Minnesota Thunder. The Rhinos had beaten the Thunder just a few weeks beforehand, but narrowly escaping with a 1-0 victory. This time, they took no chances as Kirk Wilson got the offense rolling on the road in only the 20th minute.
Schweitzer back at his 35 with the right foot. Slice it through midfield. Up they go, and the ball knocked down, brought away by Carabeo. Takes it, pulls it across the 25, turns it to the outside on left wing. Here's Kirk Wilson moving in. Shoots! Scores! Kirk Wilson over the 18. Lets the blast go with the left foot, puts it inside the right post, and the Rhinos draw first blood, taking a 1-0 lead.
But the Raging Ones weren't done yet. In the second half, they exploded for 2 more goals, one from a very happy to be back, Jonathan Bolanos.
Steenkamp catching up to the ball, pass in the middle for Carabeo. Gives it off, Kirk Wilson. Sneaks the ball through Bolanos, moving and shoots. Scores! Bolanos inside the post on the right wing side. Snoops it by the left hand of Warren. Great pass, nice setup by Wilson and Carabeo, and the Rhinos have a 2-0 lead. Bonsu heads it forward, and his ball is the other way, and Bonsu with a left foot then sends it out to the midfield circle. Loose ball, after it goes Hato, trying to break away. Hato up with the ball, inside the 18, moving in, turns to his left, shoots, scores! Hato draws it through midfield, breaks away. He faked to his right, pulled back to his left around Warren, puts it inside the left post, and the Rhinos are up 3-0.
The Rhinos would let one get by, but 3-1 earned them 3 well-deserved road points as they drew themselves even with the only USL team to see the first place spot all season long.
Richmond, VA is where it's at, Richard at, Richmond, VA.
And tonight, the Rochester Raging Rhinos take on that first place Richmond Kickers side. This will be the first meeting between the Kickers and the Rhinos all season long, and the Kickers are not going to relinquish their top spot without a fight, especially at home. Who will come out in first place after this? In 90 minutes, we'll know. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Broadcast Central and a countdown to kickoff. My name is Tom Craver. Thank you for joining us here tonight on the Rochester Raging Rhinos pregame show. Well, a tough one for the Rhinos tonight. They take on the first place Richmond Kickers. 10-6-2 the Richmond Kickers are with 32 points. The Rhinos 10-5-2. The Rhinos on the upswing, however, 4-0-1 in their last 5 league matches. Richmond struggling with a 2-win, 3-loss record in their last 5 outings for the USL First Division. Overall, over time, the Rhinos have owned the Kickers. 8 wins, 4 losses, and a tie. However, one of the losses came just last season on the road, where they suffered a tough 4-1 defeat. This is it, folks. This is what it comes down to. Playoffs are approaching. The second half of the season is upon us, and this is a fight for first place. Stick around, won't you, when we continue on this Raging Rhinos pregame show. We'll take a look at both sides, their history together, and what's to come tonight. And we'll take a good look around what happened this week in the USL First Division. Don't go away, folks. This is Raging Rhinos Soccer on the all-new Fickle 93.3 FM.
Area's best used car selection is in your home. Log on to that'smyvision.com now and see nearly 1,500 new and used vehicles from all 5 Vision dealerships. Search Vision's used import and domestic cars, used trucks, Vision's used minivan. Find the perfect pre-owned SUV. 1,500 vehicles, all priced with huge online-only savings. Save even more with Vision's internet coupon and free oil changes for life. And get instant credit approval online. That'smyvision.com makes it easier than ever to
Hey fans, World Gym Rochester is the official strength and conditioning facility for your Rochester Rhinos, Rattler, Nighthawks, and Amerks. World Gym Rochester is proud to offer personal training packages tailored especially to your needs, including a 5-component system that assures you results. Fun, high-energy group exercise classes like Rep Reebok are offered so you can work out with friends. And to make it more convenient for you, World Gym Rochester now offers newly expanded child care hours. For more information, please stop by the gym, 1717 East Avenue, or call 271-0440.
Are you sick of drinking 3 pots of coffee throughout the day just to stay awake? It's time you discover Excess Energy products. For example, Excess Energy drinks have 0 carbs, 7 great flavors, and no sugar. And that's why you won't get the jitters and then crash 2 hours later. Plus, Excess protein shakes and energy bars are perfect substitutes for when you're on the go. Log on to accessrochester.com. It's the letter X, the letter S, then rochester.com. It'll then ask for a password. It's simple. Energy. Go ahead. accessrochester.com.
Pets welcome. No off-street parking. Nope. Here's one, only $500 a month, and it offers a scenic view of a farm. There's got to be an apartment that's got a good price and is close to work somewhere.
Frontier Management has plenty of apartment homes conveniently located throughout the area. Reese, Gates, West Aroniquoit, and Fairport. Each Frontier Management apartment home includes heat and hot water, off-street parking, and top-of-the-line amenities. For the month of July, Oakwood Manor in Fairport is the featured community. Located near the Erie Canal and only minutes from downtown, Oakwood Manor is close to everything. Sign a lease for a spacious 2-bedroom apartment at Oakwood Manor in Fairport during the entire month of July and receive your first 2 months rent free. You heard it right. 2 months rent for free. That's a total savings worth more than $1,400. Think of all the things you could do with $1,400. Call Frontier Management at 641-0670. 641-0670 and schedule an appointment to view one of their beautiful communities. Greece, Gates, West Aroniquoit, and Fairport. Frontier Management, a property management company.
Welcome back to the Rochester Raging Rhinos pregame show. Tom Craver here. We are about 20 minutes to kick off with the Richmond Kickers and the Rochester Raging Rhinos, a battle for first place. And joining me right now from Richmond live via telephone is the general manager of the Raging Rhinos, Mr. Chris Economides. Chris, welcome to the pregame show. Chris, you still there?
Yes.
All right, welcome.
Yes. I said, hi. How you guys doing tonight?
Yeah, we got you now. We had some difficulties here, but what's the atmosphere like down there at Richmond?
Well, obviously it's been in the papers down here. It's a big game for first place. They're expecting a crowd of between 4,000 and 5,000 people, so it'd be a nice crowd. It's being broadcast obviously live on Fox Soccer Channel, so it's a big game, and hopefully we're up to the test.
Now, is the weather going to hold out? They were calling for rain, and I know it's like in the 90s down there, right?
Yeah, it's very hot and humid, but it looks like it's going to pass over. Showers here are fairly common on a daily basis, but right now the skies are cleared. It looks it's a beautiful night for soccer. It's cooling down a little bit, and no problems weather-wise here.
Well, that's a very, very good thing to hear, especially since the Rhinos have been playing some games in some really nasty, hot, humid weather the past few weeks. So, not that this is going to be any much of a revelation here, but it's going to relieve a little bit. Now, Chris, new player on the team joining for the road trip this weekend, Mike Tranchilla. Where'd you find him?
Well, Mike is one of the all-time leading scorers in college. Lori had heard from one of his ex-players that Mike was available after taking a year and a half off. Mike was a draft pick of the Dallas of FC Dallas, and Mike has looked really good during the training sessions, but obviously. Taking a year and a half off, there's a transitional period where he has to get back in shape. Mike is testing tonight. I don't know if he'll see any time, but he's looked really good in practice so far. He's definitely a goal scorer. So hopefully he'll be able to help, come later on during the season.
Still holds the Missouri Valley Conference record for goals with 55 after his college career. And did he see any time at all with Dallas?
No, you know what? He played that. He went to their training camp a year and a half ago, played in preseason for them, and they may have a couple games during the season, but did not stick in Dallas.
All right. Well, we're happy to have him here with the Raging Rhinos this season, and hopefully make an impact on what happens in the game. Now that we're going to be missing some players here and there, and players moving around all over the place.
Yeah, no, hopefully, again, I don't know how much time Mike will see tonight, but he is repping. And, if we need him, hopefully he'll be able to give us some.
All right, well, Chris, we appreciate you taking the time to join us here on the pregame show, and good luck tonight.
Thanks. I hope everybody either listens or watches on TV. Actually, you know what? The best solution would be is to have Don Stevens on radio and watch the game on TV.
That's right. Put your TVs on mute, listen to Don call the game, and we'll be in good shape.
There you go.
Chris, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Chris Economides, General Manager of the Rochester Raging Rhinos. And more to come still on the Rhinos pregame show. Countdown to kickoff. We're about 19 minutes in now. We're going to look at these two first-place teams and look around the USL First Division last weekend, this weekend. Stay with us. This is Raging Rhinos Soccer on the all-new Fickle 93.3 FM.
What if you celebrated getting things done in your office the way you celebrate on the field?
We won the pitch. It'll be our biggest client ever.
Ooh, that's cool. Maybe some celebrations are best left on the field. But when you hear this, you'll know things are getting done. To learn more about how Nextel can help you get more done, call 800-NEXTEL-9 or visit Nextel.com. Nextel. Done.
We lead very busy lives these days. So many demands, so much stress. There's just not enough time to get everything done. Come home to stress-free apartment living at Blueberry Hill. Luxury and excellence are built right in. Amenities above and beyond other rental units are included. Concierge service is just a phone call away. Let them take care of you. Call 889-7250 and make an appointment and see why Blueberry Hill makes life worth living.
Yes, this is my Beamer. You can tell from the hand-waxed hood right down to the Toyo Proxys TPT. That's TPT for Total Performance Touring Tire. I wouldn't settle for anything less. When I switched to Toyo, I got high-performance handling that hugs the road at all speeds, wet or dry. And they're so quiet, I can hear the engine, not the road. Okay, I'll let you in on a little secret. If you promise not to tell anyone, you save some money. Try them for yourself.
Toyo Proxys tires are at Murphy's Tire, Niagara Street, Canandaigua, and Tire World, Empire Boulevard, Webster. Toyo tires, driven to perform.
A three-pointer in basketball, a hat trick in hockey, a triple crown in horse racing. The best things always come in threes. Well, through Saturday, Auto Depot USA, three-time consecutive Rochester Choice Award winner, will triple your down payment or trade-in allowance. Shop Rochester's best selection of late model, low-mileage, quality pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. And right now, if you put $500 down, Auto Depot USA will make it $1,500. Or if you have a vehicle worth $500, Auto Depot will make it worth $1,500. Plus, every vehicle from Auto Depot USA is backed by our 3-day, 500-mile, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? This Saturday, score big at Auto Depot USA, where we'll triple your down payment or trade-in allowance. Call 663-2233 or get to 800 West Ridge Road between Dewey and Mount Read in Rochester. Auto Depot USA. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable reputation. Triple your down or trade-in up to $500 with approved credit. See dealer for complete details.
And welcome back to the Rochester Raging Rhinos pregame show. Tom Craver here live at the Fickle Studios as the Rhinos getting ready to take on the Richmond Kickers tonight down at U of Richmond Stadium. This is the battle for first place, and Richmond is number one for a reason. 4 wins in their first 10 matches. But since then, they've kind of gone downhill. 2 wins, 5 losses, and a tie since June 3rd. Not the same side they were early on in the season, but they still sport some dangerous weapons. Their leading scorer, Matthew Delicate, a forward-thinking striker who's got 8 goals and 2 assists on the season thus far. His 19 points puts him right behind Kirk Wilson on the USL First Division point leaderboard. Kevin Jeffrey, in his 4th year with Richmond, his 11 points puts him tied up for 11th place with the Rhinos' Jonathan Bolanos. Michael Burke, another 5th-year veteran for the Richmond Kickers, he's got 4 goals under his belt this season so far. And in the midfield for Richmond, Tim Brown and Richie Williams, scrappy midfielders, they put the pressure on in the middle third of the field. They make other teams make mistakes, and that makes plays develop. The Rhinos tonight will be without some key players. Injuries, while Devin and Miller still out. Jason Perry and Pato Aguilera both injured last match. However, fine. They are both dressing for tonight. In fact, look for Jason Perry to start in the starting 11 for the green and gold. Billy Sedgwick is out for the Rhinos. He's still serving the last of his 2 suspensions this weekend after that incident in Seattle. John Ball in a similar situation at Frontier Field. awful in him getting tangled up. Now, just a few weeks ago, he got the red card ejection that night. His appeal was denied for the incident after getting tangled up with Awful. Now he's out again tonight and tomorrow night, although that will end his suspensions. He only got the 3, and he already served one for the red card. Not horrible. If that wasn't horrible enough, the Green and Gold are also without leading scorer Kirk Wilson tonight. He's taking some personal time off as he's got a family wedding to attend back out west. Look for Bolanos possibly to move into a midfield role and Housen Carbajal to start tonight, and perhaps we'll see that new player, Tranchilla. Looking at the pipes for Richmond, Ronnie Pascal, another long-time veteran. He's got 18 starts under his belt this season, 19 goals against for a 1.05 goals against average. He's got 4 shutouts. Scott Vallow for the Rhinos in his 15 games played. He's allowed 12 goals on the 121 shots that he's faced. That's good for a .80 goals against average and 5 clean sheets for Scott Vallow to boot. And that's about the look at the Rhinos and the Kickers. First place on the line tonight. Stay with us, because when we continue on the Rochester Raging Rhinos pregame show, we will take a look around the USL First Division, check out the games this week and tonight. Stay with us. This is Raging Rhinos Soccer on the all-new Pickle 93.3 FM.
The Connolly Printing Company congratulates the Rochester Raging Rhinos on their 10th anniversary season. Just like the Rhinos, at Connolly Printing, they continue to strive for excellence. They've been serving Rochester for over 100 years, and their goal is meeting today's sophisticated printing demands head on. Connolly Printing's technology and computer graphics, pressroom and bindery equipment, as well as their employees' expertise, will guarantee you're a satisfied, loyal customer well into the future, turning your printing nightmares into creative dreams. Connolly Printing. 426-4150.
I'm Tom Rosati from Mallier Chevrolet Buick. You know, the guy who always says yes. Now with a lot more to say yes to. Mallier is Rochester's newest GM certified used car dealer with more than 200 General Motors certified used vehicles in stock. And with bumper-to-bumper warranty on these vehicles, you'll have the same peace of mind you have with a new car or truck. So take the short drive to Mallier in Honeoye Falls or check us out at Mallier.com.
Mallier Chevrolet Buick.
Yes. Getting older can be a harrowing experience. Staying in shape just gets tougher. Why not join the downtown Harrow East Athletic Club? Memberships include aerobics, yoga, Pilates classes, whirlpools, sauna, indoor pool, squash, racquetball, 2 weight floors, cardio, indoor track, free parking, the list goes on. Don't give in, get tough. Join the Harrow East today, and they'll even waive the initiation fee. Call 546-1000. That's 546-1000, and we'll see you at the Harrow East.
From muscle cars to the SSR to Malibu and the new Cobalt. For generations, Chevy has been breaking the rules. Now we're rewriting them. For the first time ever, we're proud to announce the Chevy employee discount for everyone. You pay what we pay for almost every 2005 Chevy vehicle. Not a cent more. The Chevy employee discount for everyone. At participating dealers only. Take delivery by 7505. See dealer for details. See your local Chevy dealer.
Wouldn't it be great if every tool you bought were covered by a lifetime warranty? Chase Pitkin includes one at no charge with every tool purchase. If you're not completely satisfied, return any tool with your receipt and we'll repair it, replace it, or refund your money. And you'll find we carry a huge selection of tools from the best names. DeWalt, Porter Cable, Bosch, Delta, Stanley, and more. All at great prices. The lifetime tool warranty, only from Chase Pitkin.
Rochester Raging Rhinos pregame show. Time now to take a look around the USL First Division. And in First Division play this week, we go back to Wednesday, the only game on the schedule. Toronto was playing host to Atlanta up north in Centennial Stadium. Sean Fraser found the back of the net in the 19th minute, unassisted for Toronto as they got on the board quick and early. Fabian Dawkins, however, for Atlanta came right back in the 20th minute, making the score 1-1. But Fraser got a ball through to Charles Becky before the end of the half, and that is how it ended. Toronto catching their second win in a row. They move out of 12th place and are ready to make a late postseason run. Perhaps they can catch that sixth place spot. They only have played 16 games. It is mathematically possible. So let's look at the standings in the USL First Division going into this weekend's play. The Rhinos and the Kickers on the top, tied for first with 32 points. Montreal in third place, just 3 games back. A win tonight could possibly tie them up with somebody this evening. The Vancouver Whitecaps and Seattle Sounders take the fourth place tying spot with 27 points, only 2 points behind the Impact. Sixth place is being held down by Atlanta and Charleston together with 21 points. Only one of those teams can move on, so if the season were to be ending, only one of those two would be moving on. In 8th place, Portland with 20 points. 9th goes to Puerto Rico with 19 points. Just one off is Minnesota in 10th place with 18 points. And then tied for 11th, and Virginia Beach Mariners, as they both have 14 points. Toronto with 2 games in hand on the Mariners. Other games around the schedule tonight, the Islanders are... Montreal is up in Toronto. Maybe have a tough run of their money. And maybe the Rhinos can get lucky, and the Toronto Lynx will do them a favor. After the match, stick around. I'll be sure to take your call to discuss the Rhinos match tonight for first place and possibly that 10th anniversary team. What's that? Well, we'll find out on the postgame show. The voice of the Rhinos, Don Stevens, is up next. This is Raging Rhino Soccer on the all-new Fickle 93.3 FM.
This season into a game weekend with the Clarion Riverside Hotel, conveniently located in the heart of downtown Rochester near Frontier Field. Blue Cross Arena, restaurants, shopping, and more. The Clarion Riverside Hotel is offering sports fans a special $69 spectator rate. Call the sales office at 546-6400 for details. That's 546-6400. The Clarion Riverside Hotel, Main Street, downtown, right on the banks of the Genesee River, and just a free kick away from Frontier Field.
Does your golf game need a change of scenery? Leave the same old courses behind and head to Lakeside Country Club in Penn Yan on scenic Cayuga Lake. It's one of the most beautiful courses you'll ever play. Memberships are available, but the public is welcome. Just call PGA Pro Bob King at 315-536-7252 to book your tee time. The course is located near many of the Finger Lakes' finest wineries, so make a day out of it and enjoy the best that the Finger Lakes has to offer, on the course and off. Call Lakeside Country Club, 315-536-7252.
Fickle 93.3 FM, Random Radio. It's time for Raging Rhino Soccer. Tonight's game is brought to you by Auto Depot USA, Best Volvo, Blueberry Hill Apartments, Chase Pitkin, Clarion Riverside Hotel, Connolly Printing, Faber Homes, Free Time Magazine, Gallo and Yakavangelo, Golden Memories, Arrow East, Messenger Post Newspapers, Midtown Tire, Health Source Chiropractic, Homa, Malier Chevrolet Buick, Lakeside Country Club, Nextel Partners, Marina Dodge, New York Lottery, Personal Health Approach, Soccer Report, Tony's Collision, Total Tan, Vision Nissan, World Gym, Weigel. Now, here's the Rochester Raging Rhinos broadcast team.
Hello, everybody. Good evening and welcome to the University of Richmond Stadium tonight as the Rhinos meet the Richmond Kickers, the battle for first place in USL Division I soccer. These two teams are currently tied for first in the league coming into tonight, and so we'll see what happens as they play each other a couple of times here in short order tonight here in Richmond, and then it'll be next Saturday in Rochester at Frontier Field. That's Saturday the 30th as the two teams have a return match. So 2 times the Rhinos will squeeze in a game tomorrow night against Virginia Beach, with Rhinos playing 2 out of 3 games against the other team that's in the league lead, the Richmond Kickers. For the Rhinos, it's the 18th game of the season, and for the Kickers, it's the 19th. So the Rhinos do have 1 game in hand on the Kickers, which might count for something come down toward the end. Well, the Rhinos coming in and still on a roll, as they've been doing very well lately. Only 1 loss now in the last 12 games. and have gone unbeaten in the last 5, or make that the last 6 with 5 wins and a tie in the last 6 games.
No, it sounds like that car needs some help. Take your car where the Rhinos have been taking theirs since 19...
Against the team that's coming at you with the home crowd advantage and all that stuff. So I thought we did very well. We defended very well for 15 minutes or so, and then on our first opportunity got the goal that really meant that they would have to open up a little bit and come at us even more. And in the second half, we felt that if we just sat and picked away at them, we would make a lot of chances, and we did. We only scored 2, which probably didn't reflect the dominance that we had in chances in the second half. But, and I was a little disappointed that they scored a goal. I always am, with goals against. I don't like that. But 3-1's great, 3 points. Whether it was 1-0 or 3-0 or 10-0, it's 3 points. So, Minnesota had beaten an MLS team a few days before and tied who everybody thinks is the best team in our league, the champions, Montreal, 2 nights before that. So a great performance against a very good team.
Now, they had opportunities early on. Were you sitting back maybe a little at the beginning of that game?
No, not intentionally. We knew we'd have to be careful with the wind, and I think the wind forced us to sit back. With their, obviously, aggression coming out, they were trying to, get the advantage with the wind, and those are factors that you have to take into consideration, the narrow field. So when we did get the ball, we didn't have a lot of space to play in. And it wasn't until we got that goal that it sort of seemed to allow us to settle down a bit and put them on their heels. And obviously, the result was that we were able to pick away at them in the second half and achieve the 3-0 before they scored.
3-goal game, but you could have maybe scored 6 or 7. Another one of those games where you didn't finish all of your opportunities. But you're playing pretty exciting soccer right now, aren't you?
I don't think anybody ever finishes all the opportunities. The closest we've ever come this year is the Portland game, where I think we probably had 4 or 5 strikes in the first half and got 3. And then the first 2 opportunities in the second half, we scored twice. So, you're talking about 5 goals in 7 chances, which doesn't happen. I mean, you're usually looking at about 1 in 3 is the ratio. If you analyze facts and figures, teams score about 1 on every 3. The good teams score 1 on 3 opportunities to get the type of ratio we got against Poland. Very rarely happens. In Minnesota was probably about right, so the fact we're making chances is an important thing. If you're not making chances and you're talking about that 3-to-1 ratio, then you're never going to, if you don't make 3 chances in a game, then you're probably not going to score. So, we're quite happy with where we're at. We can improve our finishing, and the guys know that, but we're still number 1 in the league in goal scoring, and that's sort of one of the goals we set ourselves at the beginning of the season. We're starting to achieve it.
Hey, you moved into a tie for first place overall in the league. You think back, about a month or maybe a month and a half ago? Did you ever think you'd be at this spot at this point?
I didn't think we'd be in first place, but I thought we'd be up around second or third. I could see us doing that with a good run. I think the fact that Richmond has slipped up a little bit has enabled us to become, at this stage, joint first with them. I think they're 2-5-1 or something in the last 8 games, whereas we're going the other way. So that slip up has helped both Montreal close the gap and us obviously get joint first with them. But I did expect us to be up in the top 3 or 4. Once we started to turn things around 6 weeks ago, and you could see the team was clicking together. It was just a matter of time and just being patient. And with our poor start, it meant that we were always behind the 8 ball. But got there a little quicker than we thought. But now we've got to keep it there. We've got to stay there.
That's Larry Calloway, the coach of the Raging Rhinos. And tonight, the Rhinos meeting the Richmond Kickers here at the University of Richmond Stadium. Game getting underway in just a few moments. This is Raging Rhino Soccer in Fickle 93.3 FM.
Oh, no, it sounds like that car needs some help. Take your car where the Rhinos have been taking theirs since 1996 to Tony's Collision. conveniently located at 270 Anderson Avenue in downtown Rochester, just minutes from the Park Ave area. Tony's Collision is family-owned and proud to celebrate their 40th year of providing quality collision repair. Their color match experts guarantee that your car will look like it came straight from the factory. Tony's Collision takes pride in their quality workmanship and the savings they pass on to their customers. They'll even work directly with your insurance company. And until May 5th, Tony's has free Rhino tickets. That's right, come in for a free estimate and tell us you heard this ad and receive one ticket for an upcoming game. When your car's been in an accident, don't settle for anything less. Trust in Tony's. Tony's Collision. Call 473-8776 or stop by 270 Anderson Avenue downtown.
Tonight at the University of Richmond Stadium, where the Rhinos meet the Richmond Kickers. Again, this is the battle for first place in the league, as the two teams currently tied for first place with 32 points apiece. So possession of first place, sole possession, is what's in order here tonight at the University of Richmond Stadium. Starting a lineups for, first of all, the Richmond Kickers. Ronnie Pascal in goal for the Kickers. And Pascal's been around for a while now. He's only 5'11", 180, a 26-year-old from North Salem, New York. As Pascal in goal, as he comes into this game with a 10-6-2 record, a 1.06 goals against average. Through the defense, we'll see Chris Fox, Tony Williams, Pete Luzak has been there forever, along with Kevin Knight, who's been around for a long time now. And the starting lineup, which is provided by the coach, very interesting lineup. He shows a 4-2-4. You know better. But exactly which will be in the midfield and which two will be perhaps the forwards, I'm not sure at this point until they actually line up. But he lists the midfielders as Richie Williams and Tim Brown. And then the forwards as Kevin Jeffrey, Mike Burke, Sasha Gorez, and Malcolm Cephas. So we'll see who will be the forwards. See Cephas moving out to the right side as they're taking their time getting lined up. For the Rhinos, it'll be Scott Vallow in goal. And Vallow now with a 9-5-1 record of 0.80 goals against average, which is second best in the USL First Division. The defensive role would include Frankie Sanfilippo, Jason Terry, Scott Schweitzer, and Scott Pelguda. In the midfield, Stoyan Mladenov, Rene Rivas, Lennon Steenkamp, and Jonathan Bolanos. And up front, Greg House and Demaro Carabayal. As the kickoff will be taken by the Kickers, Cephas is one forward, Jeffrey is the other. So we do see Burke on the outside on the right. And that would leave Williams, Brown on the outside. No, not forward. Gorez would be on the left outside midfield. And we have in the middle will be Richie Williams and Tim Brown. Rhinos wearing the black and white striped jerseys and black shorts and socks. And shooting the net to my left. And the Kickers all in red. And shooting at Scott Vallow to my right. Very warm evening. And it reached somewhere into the 90s here today and quite humid and muggy. Cooling off a little bit now. A little bit later start. Being an 8 o'clock start tonight, so it helps cool it off a little bit, but still a later start, and we'll be getting underway very shortly. These two teams have been going in opposite directions of late. For the Rhinos, Rochester has been on the upside after just one win in their first 6 games. The Rhinos now have gone the last 12 with only one loss. 9 wins, a loss, and 2 ties, and the Kickers doing just the opposite. They got off to a great start, losing only once in their first 10 games, but they won only twice in their last 8. 2 wins, 5 losses, and a tie in the last 8 games after going 8-1-1 in the first 10. So while the Kickers have been still holding on to first place, they jumped off to a big lead in the league, and they are still in first place, but the Rhinos have been climbing the ladder, finally catching up on Monday night to the Kickers. Richmond did play on Wednesday night. They had a makeup of the Open Cup game, which was against Ocean City Barons, the Ocean City team out of PDL anyway. And that was a makeup from the week before because they had storm activity and couldn't play the game. The same night that the Rhinos and Virginia Beach played, and the rest of the teams in Open Cup played. So their game was postponed for the week, and they played it here Wednesday night. Richmond Kickers with an 8-4 win over Ocean City to move on in the U.S. Open Cup play. They'll be playing DC United here on August the 3rd. So the Kickers continue on in Open Cup play, as do the Rhinos, and both will be taking on an MLS opponent in the next round. They're kicking the ball around a little bit while they're waiting for the start of the kickoff in this game. Again, Rochester with a game in hand on the kickers. For the Rhinos, it's the 18th match of the season, and for the kickers, it's the 19th. So Rochester does have one game in hand on Richmond, with the two teams even up at 32 points apiece. Rochester was able to pull it out here tonight. They'd have a 3-point lead plus a game in hand, which would be huge. Otherwise, they would be trailing by 3, would have a game in hand, but would have to win that game in order to catch up once again. So what a huge difference it makes if the team that comes out on top in this game. Getting set for the kickoff, the referee for this game is Bahai Salman. His assistants James Brooks and Sean Pepperman, and the fourth official is Jack Sturman. All right, ball placed. Again, the kicker shooting the net to my right, and it is Rochester attacking the net to my left. And we'll be getting underway very shortly as the referee waiting for the indication from the sideline timekeeper that he can go ahead and go. Rhinos without some starters, which we'll go through here in a moment. All right, whistle blows. Here we go. And from the opening kickoff, it is controlled by the kickers. Off with the near wing. Dropped back by Tony Williams down to his 18, and the Knight plays it off in the middle. As the kickers control, drop back once again. Down inside the 18, Pascal at the near end of the 6 getting to it. Will first time brings it away to get away from Howes, who's attacking and pressuring. Ball pushed out through midfield. That skipped out of bounds on the near side. Throw in for the Rhinos near midfield on the near side. And Scott Pelguda moving up to take the throw in. Pelguda, the left defensive position. Pass along the near side on the throw in to Carabayal, but bounced away and out. Throw in the other way for the kickers. Tony Williams with the throw in. Drops it back down around his 20. Knight plays it off in the middle as the kickers have the ball, and it is then chipped out through midfield into Rhino territory. Big bounce, but knocked down by Pelguda. Has it again. Off the near side, headed back to the midfield line, turned to the outside of the near wing. It's settled there by Burke, and he'll pass toward the center circle. Played across midfield by Brown. One touch of the ball, Cephas to Jeffries. Return pass to Cephas. Trying to skip through. Open ball on the right side, moving out. Gallo picks it up at his 8 as he beats Jeffries to the ball. Nice give and go. And a return give and go from Cephas back to Jeffries, but couldn't catch up. Winning the race was the Rhino keeper, Scott Ballo. Out near the 35, blocked away, but the Rhinos recover the ball. Steenkamp dropping it back in the middle. Taken by Schweitzer. He'll cross it off on the right wing side, and Sanfilippo brings it forward out to his 35 as the Rhinos begin to deliberately move it upfield. Rivas on the right side approaching midfield. Turns it to the outside for Miladinov. Ball through after checking back as Howes knocked away from him and picked up again and controlled by the kickers. Chipped across midfield by Fox. All the way down to the Rhino 35, headed away by Schweitzer back to the center circle. Steenkamp had it, but bumped away from the ball, and Jeffries recovers, but his pass off the mark, and the Rhinos take it back. Left outside midfielder Bolanos, pass ahead, Carabayal dropping it back. Steenkamp heads it to the outside of the near wing, at the midfield line for Pelguda. In the middle, Bolanos, across midfield, Carabayal one touch back on the outside on the near wing to Pelguda. His pass in the center circle is intercepted and carried away by Jeffries. Moving outfield, Kevin Jeffrey turns it to the outside on the right wing for Burke. On to the 35, cross over the far side. Gorez underneath it. Brought there by Sanfilippo. Far corner at the 18. Gorez cross along the 18 in front, and is booted away by Perry. Out top and carried off by Bolanos. Brings it forward. Rhinos have the ball. Bolanos long on the right wing side, and a big bounce down inside the 18. Picked up at the second hop by Pascal. And the Richmond kickers keeper has the ball. No score. Third minute here in Richmond. Across midfield, stepping up, is Schweitzer. He'll volley it across midfield, but the ball settled aside by the kickers. Burke looking for the through ball, and getting to it, Perry for the Rhinos will knock it away, where it's controlled by Bolanos. Round is 35, placed it to the outside of the near wing. Pelguda turning back with the ball, giving it off once again to Bolanos to the outside for Pelguda, and now chips it through midfield. Howes in underneath it, but headed away by Knight. In the center circle, knocked down, and Richie Williams plays it forward to Jeffrey. In Rhino territory, 35, ball knocked loose, and chased down by Miladinov. Nope, doesn't get there in time. Back into the center circle again. Richie Williams has it for the kickers. Out on the near side, Burke along the Rochester 35 on the near wing. We'll switch it to the outside, the far end of the 18. Head ball flicked away by Sanfilippo at the far end, and chased down by Miladinov. Up the right wing side, slows to get away from Gorez, drops it back to his 18. Sanfilippo rolls it forward to Rivas. Out of the 35, takes a look downfield. Rene Rivas still with the ball, drawing it out to the midfield line. Pass across midfield, but intercepted, taken away by the kickers. Dropped back to their own 35 and played by Fox down inside of his 18. Picked up again. All right, Pascal, the keeper for the kickers, sends it downfield. Hit it in the air by Schweitzer. Out on the near wing, bouncing out of bounds. And so it'll be a throw-in for Richmond. No score in the game. 5th minute now from Richmond. Moving in. Brown turns it to the outside on the left wing. As he's chased there, the ball knocked away, but back at midfield, settled again. Richie Williams turns it to the outside. 2 Williams. Actually, they have 3 Williams on their roster this year. And one of them is not playing, fortunately, Paul Williams, but have Richie Williams and Tony Williams are dressed and starting in this game. Right up the right side, Mladenov through midfield. Checking back on the ball is Caraballo. As he has it knocked away from him and is picked up again by Gores. On the far side, plays at the midfield, but stepping in, Caraballo runs into Fox, and the ball blocked away. The Rhinos have it. Howes drops it back. Mladenov pass forward to Howes. He'll head it back near midfield from Mladenov. Rolls it off on the far side, and Sanfilippo toward the center circle. Stepping up, Rivas places it to the outside. Sanfilippo on the right wing. High kick downfield. The floater coming down around the 20. Headed up in the air. Along the 18 on the near side. It'll be chased down and controlled by the kickers. Richmond with the ball. With the right foot. High floater through midfield. Down to the Rhino 35. Headed away by Schweitzer. In the middle, Steenkamp moving in. Gets tangled up with Brown and is taken away by Steenkamp. Drops it back to his 20. Schweitzer has to hustle. And now first times it out to the midfield line. Stepping up is Fox on the left wing side. Chips it to the outside. Gores down to the Rochester 35, trying to get loose, and as he's tied up, it's taken away. Sanfilippo dropping it back for Rivas. He saves from behind, gets away from Cephas on a pass on the far away. Landed off along his 35 in the middle for Sanfilippo. Cephas gets in the way, knocks it loose, stepping in, kicked away as a slide tackle by Sanfilippo, knocks the ball away, and then down inside the 18 to Scott Vallow. So the Rhinos have the ball back. 6 minutes, no score. Pass out of the near wing as the Rhinos bring it away. Upfield. Schweitzer to the midfield line for Bolanos, turning it to the outside for Palcuda. Tried to chip it forward, but Burke blocks it. On the near wing, gets tied up by Palcuda, and he's held, and the foul is called. Free kick for the kickers at the midfield line. Was taken by Richie Williams, switching along the midfield line up on the far side for Fox. Drawing it forward into Rhino territory. Turns it to the outside. Sasha Gores. The pass along the far wing, but that's blocked away and out of bounds. Gores is a 25-year-old from Flensburg, Germany. Played at the University of North Carolina, Pembroke. So a throw into the far side for the Rhinos from their own 25. Well, the ref says to Sanfilippo, back up a little bit before you make the throw in. Tried to gain a few extra yards. Here's the throw in short to Steenkamp. Drops it back. Sanfilippo along his 18 to Jason Perry. Didn't expect Perry to see him be playing in this game after coming off injured in the game on Monday night in Minnesota. Looked like he'd probably be out at least a couple of weeks with a twisted ankle or something, but he's back in tonight. Nice job by the trainer, Dave Pasquale, and the ball in the center circle. Picked up again by the kickers. Brown turns it to the outside on the left wing. Fox crossing through the center circle to the near side. Tony Williams into Rhino territory, passing it forward and into the middle for Burke. As he turns, looks to the outside. Burke turning back in the middle, trying to get away. Picked away by Steenkamp and carried off by Schweitzer. To the outside, up the left wing for Howes. Cross midfield into Richmond territory. It's the Rhinos and the kickers here in Richmond. Pass at midfield. Steenkamp backheel, dropping it off for Perry, and he'll play it back to the keeper, Vallow, at his 18. Rolls it out on the far wing. Sanfilippo with the ball. Rhinos have it. Ahead for Steenkamp. Cross midfield, but intercepted and carried away into Rhino territory once again. Richmond up the left side to Cephas. Down to the Rhino 35. Cross in the middle, and Perry gets the left foot on it. Pops up in the air, comes out of the near wing. Settled away, gets away from Burke, but he does get to it in time to keep it in. Draws it all the way back down to his 25, and then played by Tony Williams inside of his box to his keeper. Pascal has it. They'll send it out through midfield, but right to Palcuda. First time's it back across midfield, then headed aside by the kickers. On the near wing as Burke is taken down, lands on top of the ball as he was then knocked over from behind by Jonathan Molanas. So the foul is called. Restart for the kickers. Moving up for the kick, Tony Williams. Tony, a 29-year-old from St. Louis. On the right side, takes a look around. With the right foot, drives it down inside the Rhino 18. Up to go for the head ball. That went headed away outside the box to the far end and chased down by Mladenov. Out the right wing, brings it away. Rolls a pass out to midfield. Caraballo dropping it off, but that's intercepted. Carried away. Spinning around, Richie Williams on the far side, dropping it back at midfield. Sneaks it across to his own side of midfield for Fox. And plays it in the middle for Luzak. Well, then draw it even further back to around his 20 for Knight. Kevin Knight up the right side with the right foot. High floater through midfield down to the Rhino 20, but headed away by Perry. Comes loose in the middle and taken by Jeffrey. On the kickers, drops it back in the middle. Rolling ball in by Burke, and it hits the leg and deflects out over the end line. Vallow can't get to it. That's a corner kick as it was off the Rhinos. Corner for the kickers. First corner of the night. And the kick will come off the right wing side. Looks like Gores coming all the way across the field to take the kick. He's playing the left outside midfield position.
Sasha coming over to take the corner.
So it's Sasha, left-footed kicker. Off the right wing side will be an in-swinging kick. And here comes service low in the box, headed away and out by Schweitzer. All the way out to the 25, moving up. There's a crack of the ball taken by Tony Williams. Doesn't get through at the 18. Another feed in, but blocked away by Steenkamp. Kicked out around the 35, brought away by Carnabayal in the center circle. Turns to the left and across midfield. As he waits for help to catch up. Now switching to the outside on the right wing. Trying to sneak in behind. Moving up. Sanfilippo overlapping. Takes the shot and riser up over top of the crossbar. So Sanfilippo got in, got the shot away, but it's about 3 feet high off the right wing side just over the crossbar. Rhinos get the first real shot opportunity of the night. And the goal kick for the Richmond Kickers. Sponsors of these broadcasts include Hero East Athletic Club on the web at heroeast.com. Chase Pitkin, home of a lifetime tour warranty. Golden Memories, the bus company that transports the Rhinos. Call 723-1322. And also by Marina Dodge at 943 Ridge Road in Webster. All of those are sponsors of these broadcasts all season. Ball kick downfield. The foul is called on the kickers. The Rhinos will have a restart from their own 35 on the left wing side. That's the near side of the field. Switch to the far side for Sanfilippo. Brings it forward. Roller through midfield, checking back on the ball. Howes turns it to the outside for Milanov. At the midfield line on the far side. His pass forward. Stepping back for the ball is Carnabayal. Drops it off. Milanov draws it into the middle. Being watched there and a pass into the center circle for Rivas. Missed the last couple with a leg injury. Back to the lineup tonight. Here's speed forward to Howes, who knocks the ball away, loses control, but still the Rhinos have it. Milanov on the near side. Drops it back on the near wing to the 35. Where it's taken by Pelguda. Back to around the 45. In the middle for Rivas. His feed toward the middle for Steenkamp. And then crossing along the midfield line. Foul is called on the kickers. Grabbing on to Steenkamp. And so the Rhinos will have a restart. Center circle just across the midfield line. And into Richmond territory. On the restart, pass to the left wing side, but too far ahead and taken back by the kickers. Long feed downfield. Perry lets it roll. Cephas chasing it. Perry places it to the keeper. Vallow will just roll it out the far end of the 18 to Sanfilippo. Draws it ahead. Pass out to around the 40. Taken by Rivas. As he slowly walks away with the ball. Down, dribbles back, and passes into the middle for Schweitzer. To the outside of the left wing for Pelguda. One touch ahead of midfield for Steenkamp. Looks around through the center circle. Rivas in under the ball. He'll drop it off there for Sanfilippo to pass to the middle for Rivas. Through the center circle and onto the near wing for Pelguda. Gives it right back to Scott Schweitzer. Rhinos have the ball and bring it forward. 13th minute, no score in Richmond. Hand the ball downfield. That's knocked down by Tony Williams. Pass in the middle for Richie Williams. Long as 35 for the kickers. Lace it to the outside on the left wing, and Fox moving up on the ball has it for the kickers. Pass out to midfield. Ahead for Gores, spinning around. Milanov on him. Ball knocked loose and taken away by the Rhinos. At the midfield line. Picked up again by the kickers. In the center circle. Richie Williams to the outside on the near wing. Pass of the wing for Burke. His feet into the middle where it's passed by Brown on the right side. Rolling to the end line. Nobody will get to it. And it's a goal kick for the Rhinos. Goal kick for Rochester. 13th minute. No score here in Richmond. Last year, Rhinos won 2 of the 3 meetings between the two teams, winning 2 games in Rochester and losing the 1 game here, losing here 4-1. The winning in Rochester 1-0 and 1-0. So the Rhinos did win 2 of the 3 games that they played last year. Cross midfield into Richmond territory. Ball blocked away as Milanov and Gores get tied up. And they go down, the whistle blows. Referee coming over, he's talking to Milanov about maybe a little rough play right there. Over the years, Rochester an 8-4-1 record against Richmond. 5-1-1 at home, 3-3-0 here in Richmond. Even up record here at the University of Richmond Stadium. Through ball on the left wing side. Jeffrey's in behind, offside. He got in behind. No wonder he was so far open, as he was offside. So a restart for the Rhinos. This will be taken from their own 14th minute, no score here in Richmond. Tomorrow night, Rhinos meet the Virginia Beach Mariners. That's tomorrow night from the Sportsplex in Virginia Beach. As the ball is placed by Vallow. With the kick, the restart, pushing it to the outside of the far wing. Brought forward by Sanfilippo. Center circle, drops it back for Jason Perry. With the right foot, chips it out through midfield, but headed into Rhino territory. Settled there by Gores, but lost control. Stepping in behind it, take it away is Sanfilippo. Whistle blows, foul is called on Gores as he reached in on Sanfilippo. Tried to keep him from getting away, but got caught. Mladenov in the center circle. Cross midfield, off the right side into the open corner. Chased down there by Luzak of the kickers. Blocked away off the foot of Carabayal and out deep in the corner. Throwing in the corner. Deep in the corner for the kickers. And Chris Fox will come over for the throw-in. This off the left wing side. That's the far side of the field. Throw in, out to around the 35. Big bounce coming down to the 40. Steenkamp steps in, pops it up in the air, and is chased down by the kickers. Cephas brings it away, long up the left wing side to Jeffrey. After the ball, brings it in around the Rochester 25, turns back toward the middle, rolls it out of the near wing. Cephas stopping the ball at the 20 in the middle. To the outside of the near end of the box for Burke. Crossing foot, blocked away by Felguda. Hand out over the touchline on the near side. So it'll be a throw-in deep in the right wing corner for the kickers. That's the near side of the field, deep in the corner. There's the throw-in short to Richie Williams, checking back on the ball, rolls it in the middle on a give and go. Pelguda blocks it away, and the Rhinos take control. In the near corner, Pelguda with the left foot drives it out the near midfield. Headed up in the air by Knight, and then blocked away. Howes to Carabayal, back heel to Howes, but he had already run by, so the loose ball is picked up by the kickers. Having their own territory. Tony Williams playing it back to his keeper. And Pascal from his 18 will just send it out of the far wing. Fox ahead, back in the middle to Luzak. On his 20, looks to the outside and now feeds it out on the near wing. Tony Williams in under the ball. Drops it back in the middle. Taken by Knight. Into the middle, gives it off and brought forward by Tim Brown. Works his way into the center circle. Through midfield to Gores. Looking for the through ball. Jeffreyson behind. Offside flag.
And the flag goes
offside against the kickers. Not by much, otherwise he was gone to the races. Vallow on the restart. With the kick, sends it out through midfield. Knocked down by Tony Williams on the near side. From his 35, rolls it across midfield for Jeffrey. He'll drop it off for Burke, continuing on in Rhino territory, rolling toward the center circle and pushing it out of the far wing. Fox after it up the left wing side. Down to the 35, Gores looking for a cross. Along the 18, headed away by Perry in the middle, and it'll be chased down by Bolanos. And the Rhinos have the ball back. Jonathan Bolanos on a 3-game goal-scoring string coming into tonight. With the left foot, still along his 35, looks for an opening, rolls it back, now pushing it forward across midfield for Howes. One touch right back to Bolanos, tripped up and taken down hard. A hard tackle catching Bolanos, and a yellow card is issued to Brown. Bolanos slow getting up, grabbing onto his right ankle. On that hard tackle, reaching in for the ball is Brown. Into the 18th minute, Brown draws the yellow.
Yellow card given to Richmond, number 15, Tim Brown. Caution to Brown of Richmond.
First card of the night.
Rochester.
So the Rhinos have a restart. From midfield, on the near side. Now they're waiting for a ball, that's why. Couple of players out on suspension tonight for the Rhinos. John Ball, second of 3 games, and Billy Sedgwick, what is it, 4th of 6 games here tonight? And he is missing. And away on personal business is the team's leading scorer, Kurt Wilson. So there's 3 bodies sorely missed. Ball flighted down inside the 18. Steenkamp up for the head ball, couldn't quite reach it. He and one of the Richmond players go down. The ball rolls to the corner and kicked away out to midfield. Cephas couldn't reach it. Perry volleys it the other way. High in the air, coming down around the 30. Steenkamp heads it in the air. Howes it underneath it. Nods it forward to Carabayal. Drops it to the outside. Bolanos chips it forward. However, blocked away by the kickers. On the near side again, Bolanos off the chest. Settles at the feet. Brings it down to 35, pushing it forward. Down takes a look. Still has the ball, turns to the outside, looking to get away. Milano's being chased there by Brown. Pass forward, Carabello, one touch back. Howes in underneath it, but couldn't get to it. Milanoff will head to the side on the near wing and pass up the left wing side. A little too far for Palguda, rolls out of bounds. Throwing on the near side from their own 25, on their own 20 for the Kickers. Throw in by Williams to Williams. Tony to Ritchie. And in the middle. Brown off on the far side to Fox. The left wing side. Rolls it back toward the middle is 20. Pulled forward by Luzak and crossed to the outside of the near wing for Tony Williams. Up the right side, a pass ahead. Burke dropping it back once again. No, that was Richie Williams. Now across midfield for Stefas, checking back on the ball. Brought away by Burke as he slides by one and another. Ball rolls to the outside. Jeffrey takes it up the near wing. Enters the 18. Moving in shot. It's off the hand of Ballo on the short side and out over the line. Jeffrey tried to pick the lower right corner, and Ballo got his left hand on it, diving to his left, makes the save. Corner kick for the Kickers. Off the right wing side. Gorez moving over to take the kick. 21st minute, no score. Gorez set for the left-footed kick. High for the back post this time. Up over top and out. However, the whistle is blown and a foul is called. So the Rhinos will have the free kick. As Vallow brings the ball out to around the 20.
In the box against Richmond, free kick for Rochester. Bob DeVan.
All right, so Vallow to take the kick. No score, 21st minute.
$3 gives your child unlimited access to all of our inflators.
Vallow is set. Has played all but 2 games this season. Pascal at the other end has played every game for the Kickers. Back leading the league in minutes played coming into this game, 1,620. Off the wing and across midfield. Checking back on the ball of the midfield line is Bolanos. Dropping it back once again. Palguda, one touch forward to Carabello through midfield. Stepping in under the ball, Bolanos has it along the near wing. Backheel gives it off to Carabello. His feet forward. Howes one touch to the outside on the near wing and losing it in his feet. As Bolanos had rolled out of bounds. Couldn't quite keep it in. A nice passing combination, but it fell apart. Down to the 18, the near end of the box. And kicked away out of midfield. Palguda steps in to knock it down, brings it away. Off the left side for Bolanos. Chase from behind. Bolanos double team. Drops it back in the middle for Rene Rivas. On the 35, switching to the outside of the right wing for San Filippo, moving downfield. Backs up with the ball. Takes a shot, but that one blocked down to the 25 on the far wing. Now turns it along the wing, but still has it. Drops back, being chased. Place it into the center circle. Schweitzer takes it there. On the midfield line. Rolls it to the outside of the near wing for Palguda. Off the left wing, Jeffrey watching him. Palguda just goes to the open left wing corner, plays it down near the end line, and the keeper will get to it. Keeps it in play. Pascal picks it up as Greg House began to apply pressure. So Pascal has the ball. Waits for players to move away. And with the right foot, will drive it out through midfield. Roeder coming down around the Rochester 25. Palguda heads it in the air out of the near side. Drawn forward up the right wing. It's Burke down to the 20, to the 18, to the 15. Cross along the 6 in front, knocked away. Played out of the box by Steenkamp, and the Rhinos will bring it aside. There's Bolanos up the left wing for Rivas. Out to the 35. Has it along the near wing. Cross down in front, but headed away again. Down to the Rhino 25. Stepping up, Schweitzer tangling with Jeffrey, goes down. And Perry's there to clear the ball away and downfield. Big bouncing ball headed back inside to the keeper. After Pascal, he couldn't take it, had to head it away. Carabello right there on the doorstep, and Pascal has stepped out over the line. Played back, finally controlled by the Kickers, and a pass out through midfield. Through the center circle, blocked up in the air, coming down, and turning back for the ball, but carried forward by Brown. For the Kickers, tried to knock it to the outside, taken away by San Filippo. Nice anticipation. Drives it across midfield, moves to the outside of the right wing, through ball up the right wing. Carabello racing forward, and Fox in will turn the ball aside. Off of the far touchline, played in the middle, and Richie Williams after the ball. So the Kickers have it. From their 35, a pass up the midfield. Cephas checking back with the ball, tipped aside by the Rhinos. Rochester controls. Steenkamp to the midfield line. Perry gives it right back to Steenkamp. He'll drop it. San Filippo plays it back to his 25. Taken in the middle by Schweitzer. Rolling a pass ahead, but gets a return. Schweitzer forward to Steenkamp to the outside once again for San Filippo. Jason Perry looking downfield. brings the ball forward out to the midfield line as they spin around to the far wing. It's out of bounds. Throw in for the Kickers at midfield on the far side. 24th minute, and no score here in Richmond. Through the center circle, out on the near side, brought forward by Burke. To the 35, turns it to the outside, down to the 20, cross along the 18, ball knocked down in front, kicked away by Perry, drives it out through the midfield line. Running back for it goes Fox with the Kickers. In the middle, giving it off to Luzak, and a pass ahead, Richie Williams with the midfield line. On the left wing side, into Rhino territory, turns it to the outside for Gorez. Looks back in the middle, rolls the pass along in front, tipped away, and the Rhinos have it. Nice slide tackle of the ball by Howes. Cross midfield, here comes Rivas through the center circle. Down to the 25, turns it to the outside. Bolanos along the near wing. As he moves down to the 20, across along the 6, Corobayel down. Couldn't reach it for the head ball. It's flighted just barely over top of him, and away and off. It's kicked into the stands on the far side. Offside against the Rhinos anyway. On the far side. Sponsors of these broadcasts include the Clarion Riverside Hotel, close to Frontier Field. Ask about their $69 spectator rate. The Messenger Post. Stay posted. Call 442-POST for subscription information. Mollier Chevrolet Buick, West Main Street in Honeoye Falls, or online at mollier.com. Also brought to you by Gallo and Iacovangelo, a full-service law firm at 454-7145, or online at gallolaw.com. Kick through midfield by Pascal. Down to the line of 25, pops up in the air, headed away by Perry. Turns it back out near midfield, and the ball picked up again by the kicker. Sliding in, San Felipe knocks it away, but out of bounds. As he gets tangled up and goes down and is slow getting up, the referee over to take a look at Frankie Sanfilippo, who's still laying on the pitch and is slow to get up. Sanfilippo, of course, only knows one way to play, and that's all out. Everything he's got every time he's there. Gets up, hobbles a little bit, runs away. Trying to shake it off. Now the pass back in the middle on the 35. That's chipped down inside the 18. Head ball in. Up goes Vallow in a collision with Jeffrey. Ball knocked down. Bouncing toward the line. Kicked away by Perry. And the whistle blows. Jeffrey in behind. Tangling up with Perry. Vallow talking to the referee but gets nothing there. And so it'll be a free kick for the Rhinos. Foul is called. Close there, once again, as the Rhinos dodge a bullet. 27th minute. No score from Richmond. Now we'll have to run all the way out to around the 25 to recover the ball to get a ball to kick. Taking his time, moving back inside of his 18 for the restart. Rochester tomorrow night, Virginia Beach Sportsplex. Set to go on the restart. Vallow has the ball. With the right foot, drives it out through midfield. All the way down to the 30, but headed back toward midfield. Underneath it, Pelguda. With the left foot, then sends it down inside. That's headed away out of the box. Turned toward the middle. And brought away by the Kickers. Into the center circle. Long chip up the left wing side. Jeffrey after it. Perry on him at the far end of the 18. Jeffrey has it at the 18. Spinning around. Trying to draw it back in the middle and does. Richie Williams, his shot in, goes wide left out over the end line. And a goal kick for the Rhinos. See, Bonsu up warming up, so I'm not sure maybe Sanfilippo was a little more hurt than what they thought. He seems to be walking all right. Looked like he was running okay. Bonsu warming up, perhaps just precautionary. Other sponsors of these broadcasts tonight include Connolly Printing. Turn your printing nightmares into creative dreams. Call 426-4150. By Faber Homes. See what they have to offer at faberhomes.com. Also by the Lakeside Country Club. Golf along scenic Keuka Lake, East Lake Road in Penyan. Gallo sends the ball downfield, and it's out of bounds to the far side. And off of the Kickers, so a throw in for the Rhinos. Or was it a foul? Should be a throw in. Yeah, it is. Says Mladenov takes the ball, moves out over the touch line. No, it was a foul. He places the ball 25 yards out. He'll take the kick, so a foul was called. Mladenov set. Rolls it in the middle, moving in Bolanos. Left foot cracks it, but puts it wide right. Missed the post on the short side. Out over the end line. So a goal kick
Don't forget to rent your frisbee on the main concourse.
for the Richmond Kickers. And Pascal will take the kick.
Coming up at halftime.
Get a very warm evening here in Richmond. As just about everywhere else in the country all summer long. Been a very warm summer. Turn to the outside off the left wing and then chip through midfield. Blocked away by Sanfilippo. Into the center circle, giving it off to Steenkamp. As he passes in the mid-circle, Bolanos dropping it back, but too far for Steenkamp. It is taken away by Cephas. For the Kickers, drops it back in the center circle. Switch to the outside of the near wing for Tony Williams. Pass midfield into Rhino territory. Rolls the ball forward, back in the middle for Brown. Has blocked away, taken away by Milanov. So the Rhinos recovering the ball. Milanov draws it forward, center circle. Ahead across midfield for Carabayal. Drops it off at midfield for Rivas. Looks to the outside, rolls it ahead, and Sanfilippo running onto the ball. Out the right wing, drops it back to the midfield line, and the Rhinos have control again. Rivas with the pass ahead. Milanov dropping it off. Still is Rivas playing catch. Very deliberate soccer right now here in the first half. On up the right side. Pass down to the 20 for House. Spinning, looking back toward the middle on the right side. Sneaking away from Carabayal. Won't get to it. Rolls out in the corner, and a throw in deep in the corner for the Kickers. Richmond ball. 31st minute in Richmond, no score between the Rhinos and the Kickers. Throw in deep in the corner to be taken by Fox. Waits for someone to come back and help out. Down goes for the long throw in. Jeffrey a flick on toward the midfield line. Rivas takes it away, drops it to his own side of midfield for Scott Schweitzer in the center circle. Turn to the outside of the right wing, Perry. Across midfield to Sanfilippo. Long up the wing, but stepping in. No, that was skipping by Fox. Rolling the end line out. Over the end line. And a goal kick for the Kickers. Still no score. 31st minute from Richmond.
Goal kick for Richmond.
Rhinos and Kickers. First of two meetings this year. Next time they'll be playing will be a week from tomorrow. That's the 30th in Rochester. Saturday the 30th in Rochester. The return match. And we'll see where they are in the standings when it comes from a week from now. Through midfield, headed up in the air, but a foul is called on the Kickers. So the Rhinos have a restart from their own side of midfield. Rochester, one game between the two. That is Virginia Beach tomorrow. Then the next game will be against Richmond. All flighted down into Rhino territory to the end line and picked up and thrown away by Pascal out the near side. For the Kickers, their next game is not until they meet Rochester next weekend. Cross midfield, foul this time on the Rhinos as Cephas was taken down. Restart for the Kickers. From the Rochester 45. It is Richie Williams up the right wing side to Burke. Down to the 30, 25 in the middle, tripped up, taken down by Milanos. He's going to draw a card. Milanos got his foot out there and tripped up Burke, goes down to the foul, and the card is issued on Jonathan Milanos. Card in the 33rd minute, the yellow card. And that's the first card of the night against Rochester. Restart for the Kickers from 25 yards out, off the right wing side. Gores for the back post on the service inside, headed away, out over the end line, and the corner kick for the Kickers.
Corner kick coming up for Richmond.
This time off the left wing side. And they'll play it out top to the 18, far corner of the box, trying to get loose. Richie Williams drawing it in front, kicked away and out top. But that ball settled and still controlled by the Kickers. Richie Williams to the outside of the box once again. Chips it down in front. Jeffrey settles the ball. Hook-footed tip up over the top of the crossbar. And gets the shot away, but it's out. And a goal kick for the Rhinos. So the Kickers get an opportunity, but not put a shot on the flame. And the Rhinos will take the goal kick. Battle gets the ball. Scoreless. 34th minute here in Richmond. Scott Ballo with the right foot. Boots it away through midfield. Down to around the 40. Headed back into Rhino territory, but Palgood is there to volley it the other way. Cross midfield, and right now played back at midfield. Sanfilippo steps in. rolls it across midfield, coming back for the ball, Carabao, dropping it off for Steenkamp. Continues on, tips it to the outside on the left wing. Howe draws it down in front. Loose-footed kick, a riser, but that's up over top of the crossbar. Howe's going for a high shot, a little bit too high, a couple of feet over the crossbar. So the Rhinos get an opportunity. Goal kick for the Kickers. 34th minute, no score. Pascal placing the ball. As he takes a look downfield. Very warm evening here in Richmond. With the right foot, driven out through midfield. Coming down around the 35, headed back through midfield once again. Nodded toward the center circle, but back for it, taken away by Carabao. His backheel pass over right to Brown, and it's recovered by the Kickers. Dropped back in the middle. Knight pushing it aside to Luzak. With the left foot, drives it out through midfield, but stepping in is Perry, just hammers it the other way. All the way down to the Richmond 25, then headed back inside the 18 to the keeper. Pascal has it near into the 18. With the right foot, volley kick through midfield. All the way down to the Rhino 20, and flicked to the end line by Cephas out over the end line, and it'll be a goal kick for the Rhinos. Other sponsors of these broadcasts include the Health Source Chiropractic in the Rochester Fitness Center at 3313 Triley Avenue. Call 889-3280. By Auto Depot USA, unbeatable prices, unbeatable reputation. By the Personal Health Approach, Rochester's newest upscale health club at 3450 Winston Place. Call 232-8888. One of those sponsoring these broadcasts all year long. Ball flighted through midfield, headed back into Rhino territory. Cephas checking back, settles it, taken away by Steenkamp. Center circle off to Milanov, and bounces away from him, and control once again by the Kickers. So Richmond has the ball. In its own end of the field, left-footed through midfield into Rhino territory. Jeffrey after it, being watched by Perry down around the Rochester 20. One-on-one. Jeffrey still has it, trying to turn toward the middle. Spins to get away. To the 18, working along the middle, still has it. As Perry went down, gets up hobbling, and the cross out in front. Head ball up over top of the crossbar.
And the head of the ball shoots over the bar.
So the head ball is taken by Brown, I believe it was. No, it was Burke. Got the head ball away, but too high. Goal kick once again for the Rhinos. 37th minute, no score. Dallow placing the ball in his sixth. And here's the goal kick. Lights it out through midfield. Up they go, brought down, headed away by Steenkamp. Howe's touching it right back across midfield, his own side of midfield for Palguda. His feet forward as Steenkamp dummies the ball, but as he tried to get it through to Bolanos, it's taken away. In the middle along the midfield line, Richie Williams turns it to the outside, and left wing for Fox. Drops it back to his 35 in the middle for Gordon Luzak. His pass switching to the outside of the near wing, taken by Tony Williams. That's Peter Luzak make that across midfield. Cephas turns it in the middle. Jeffrey with the right foot, puts it 2 feet up over the crossbar. So Jeffrey has to go at it from about 22 yards out and put it a couple of feet high. Another goal kick for the Rhinos. Jeffrey leading Richmond in assists so far this year has 3. Cephas, the other night in that Open Cup game against Ocean City, set a franchise record for the shortest, or the quickest hat trick in franchise history. 3 goals in 14 minutes for Cephas the other night against Ocean City. Ball flighted downfield, and a foul is called on the Rhinos. Bolanos, he has a few words for the referee. Bolanos already has the yellow card now, so has to be wary of what he's doing. On the restart, Richmond, their own side of midfield. Knight looks downfield. Looking for an opening. Goes right down the middle to the Rhino 18, headed up in the middle. Underneath it, Perry, as Talguda heads it away. And foul is called. Foul against Cephas for pushing. So the Rhinos will have the free kick from their own 18. Played up the far wing, chipped through midfield, checking back Bolanos. Malano's pass gets it right back, and out to the midfield line. Steenkamp turns it out of the near wing. Palguda across midfield for Rivas. In the center circle. Rolls it to the outside. Sanfilippo in a race. Comes away with the ball. Sanfilippo down to the 35. Cross along the 18. In front, but headed away. Milano settling at 35 yards out. Has it in the middle of the field. Turns back toward the center circle. Drops it off there for Rivas. Looks to the outside. Pass off to Palguda. His roll forward to Bolanos. Turning in, trying to get away. On the near wing, and drawn but knocked away, taken right back by Howes. Rhinos still have it. Howes, as he takes down Burke, foul is called. That on the Rhinos, so the ball brought away on the restart by the kickers. Out to midfield, pushed to the outside of the near wing. Burke dropping it back. Tony Williams has it along his 35. In the middle for Richie Williams, approaching the center circle midfield line. Long left wing for Gores. Underneath the ball, bringing it down at the Rochester 35, and across along the 6 in front, has hit the post, comes on top, another roller in, that's knocked down at the 18, brought away by Rivas, who took the shot. It hit the post in the lower right corner, and the Rhinos dodge a huge bullet right there. Pushed to the outside of the near wing, and Howes checking back on the ball. In the center circle, chips it through, as it's slighted over top of Carabayal. On the near wing, rolls down inside the near end of the 18, turned to the outside, and put up into the stands. So the kickers hit the post on a low shot, just barely missing the lower right corner. Out of bounds, throwing for the Rhinos. On the near wing, Howes on the 35. Sends it back to the center circle. Sanfilippo turning it to the outside. Steenkamp running onto the ball. As he gets tied up, it turns to get away. Still has it. Far into the 18. Cross along the 6. Passing ball kicked away by Knight. That's outside the 18, drop back, and Fox first time to the way to near midfield. Blocked by Rivas for Sanfilippo. His own side of midfield, giving it off to Perry. Cross out of the near wing, stepping up is Palguda. On the left wing side, rolls it across midfield for Howes. Turns to the outside double team, so drops it back in midfield once again for Palguda. His own side of midfield, giving to Scott Schweitzer. Looks downfield, Schweitzer now looking through the center circle. Rolls it ahead, into Richmond territory, Steenkamp. Sneaks it through on the right wing side to Sanfilippo's overlapping. Pulls it down to the 25. Sneaks the ball through, but then runs into, on the other side, runs into Fox. And the ball taken away by the kickers. In the middle, off to Brown. Drops it back as 18. Skips away from Tony Williams and has to turn back for the ball. With the right foot, pass out of the near wing. Moving in to knock it away, Palguda. Carabayal couldn't get to it, and it's controlled by the kickers. On the far wing, 42nd minute, no score, kicked out of bounds. No, it's still playing play, and dropped back, and the kickers have the ball. Center circle, Richie Williams into the circle, through midfield for Jeffrey. As he looks around, the Rochester 40, pass in the middle, stepping in to intercept his Rivas. Turns it out on the near wing. Pass ahead for Greg Howes. Rolls it back in the middle, Rivas. Challenge, but gets away from Burke. Center circle, giving it off to Milanoff. To the open right wing side, running onto the ball is Sanfilippo. Out the right wing, approaching midfield. In the middle, giving it off to Steenkamp. Long with the foot on the near side, off the shoulder of Howes, and out of bounds. Throwing on the near side for the kickers from their own 35. On the restart, brought forward a pass to the midfield line. In the center circle, Richie Williams giving it off on the far side. Burke to the outside for Gores. Return pass in the middle, sneaking through and stepping into intercept. Schweitzer, the Rhinos have it back. Schweitzer turns to get away from Jeffrey. Rolls a pass in the middle, but Cephas hustling, checking back, steals it. Drops it to his own side of midfield. Brought forward by the kickers. Pass in the middle for Cephas. As he turns from side to side, looking to give it away, and does. Pass sneaking it through inside, but that's tipped away by Perry. Rolls out to the near end of the 18 and picked up by Vallow. No, excellent hustle there on the part of the kickers. And the Rhinos almost got caught. 43rd minute, no score. Vallow waits for the players to move away. Now just pushing it outside the 18. With the right foot, will drive it downfield. At the 20 of the kickers, headed back toward the 35 and in the middle. Drop back to the keeper, and it's taken by Pascal along his 6. With the right foot, then we'll send it out to midfield. Up goes Perry to head it back in the center circle. Milano now flicks it through midfield. Knocked down by Rivas, but can't control. And take it back by the kickers. Center circle pushed off with the near wing. Out the right side is Burke, being chased from behind by Howes. Watched by Palguda to the 20, goes to the back post and out to grab the ball to his 6 is Vallo, and the Rhino keeper has it. Moves the players away. Makes a throw, but pulls it back in and waits once again. No score for Richmond. 44th minute. Long ball flighted downfield. That one is over. Everybody knocked away. Finally hits the referee and taken by Milanov. The Rhinos have the ball. Center circle drops it off for Rivas. Pushing it out on the near side. Pelgudas pass forward. Ahead with the Bolanos up the left wing side. Down to the 20. Tips it down in front, but headed away out the near end of the 18 once again. Blocked along the 18 and controlled by the kickers. Carried away by Richie Williams with the right foot. Long downfield. Cephas and Perry going for the ball at the end line. Perry knocks it down. Rolls to the end line. Still has it. Drawing it off in the corner. Cephas watching him. Perry spins with the left foot. Sends it out on the near wing. Deflected away at midfield. Howes knocks it down, but that's right back to the kickers. Cross to the outside of the left wing. Taken by Torres. At the Rochester 35. Looking in the middle. Giving it through in the middle. Moving up on the ball. It's Williams. Rolls it to the outside on the near side for Burke. Down to the Rochester 20. Turns from left. Back to his right. Watch one-on-one, trying to get away from House. Sneaks the ball through, then take it down. And the ball kicked away out of the box by Schweitzer. Nifty moves by Burke. House had his hands full. Blindly just pulled him down and got away with it. Right away up the near side by Rivas. Through midfield. 1 minute of additional time. Stoppage time now in the first half. Center circle brought forward by Steenkamp. Brings it up the right side. Long chip downfield, out to grab it. That is 16 is the keeper, Pascal. So the Rhinos tried to sneak a line drive kick through, but couldn't do it. Lighted the other way into Rhino territory. Volley back to midfield by Schweitzer. Out on the near side, kickers in under the ball. Burke draws a pass in. Gets it back from Williams, then crosses to the outside. Gorez on the left wing. Down to the Rochester 35. Turning toward the middle. The 25 in the middle. Gorez still has the ball. Looking to sneak it through. Takes a shot. Blocked away. Comes out top. Jeffrey this time. Spinning around. Trying to draw it through in front. Give and go. Looking for the through ball, but that's knocked away to the end line. Vallo will first time it away. Out of the box. Settle on the near side. Then the whistle stops play. And that's it for the first half.
There's the whistle to end our first half of play.
So the kickers had several opportunities toward the latter stages of the first half, but couldn't punish. Hit the post once, and the Rhinos perhaps lucky that the score is what it is right now. Through one half of play from Richmond, it is the Rochester Raging Rhinos nothing. Richmond Kickers nothing. And this is Raging Rhino Soccer on Fickle 93.3 FM.
Every generation of Volvo has been committed to safety and saving lives. Visit Best Volvo, like Volvo owner Peter Parts.
I was in a horrendous accident where an oncoming driver had fallen asleep and hit me head on. I'm absolutely convinced I would have never walked away had it been any other car.
Test drive the Volvo XC90, the world's safest SUV, only at Best Volvo, where style, safety, and all-wheel drive come together to save lives. 1500 University Avenue.
Hi, this is Joe Giuliano, Rhinos radio color commentator and host of the Soccer Report. Join us every Tuesday at 6:30 for full coverage of the Rochester Raging Rhinos, Major League Soccer, and international soccer news. Give us a call every Tuesday at 346-3000. It's the Soccer Report.
The time for a healthy you is now. And Personal Health Approach Health, Wellness, and Fitness Center, Rochester's brand new premier upscale health club, is the place you need to be. PHA Health, Wellness, and Fitness Center, located at 3450 Winton Place, is the official strength training facility for the Rochester Rhinos. Let PHA's personal trainers and exercise therapists create a personalized program that will meet your needs and goals. Call PHA Health, Wellness, and Fitness Center at 232-8888.
Wouldn't it be great if every tool you bought were covered by a lifetime warranty? Chase Pitkin includes one at no charge with every tool purchase. If you're not completely satisfied, return any tool with your receipt and we'll repair it, replace it, or refund your money. And you'll find we carry a huge selection of tools from the best names: DeWalt, Porter Cable, Bosch, Delta, Stanley, and more, all at great prices. The lifetime tool warranty, only from Chase Pitkin.
Yes, this is my Beamer. You can tell from the hand-waxed hood right down to the Toyo Proxys TPTs. That's TPT for Total Performance Touring Tire. I wouldn't settle for anything less. When I switched to Toyo, I got high-performance handling to fudge the road at all speeds, wet or dry. And they're so quiet, I can hear the engine, not the road. Okay, I'll let you in on a little secret. If you promise not to tell anyone, you save some money. Try them for yourself.
Toyo Proxys tires are at Murphy's Tire, Niagara Street, Canandaigua, and Tire World, Empire Boulevard, Webster. Toyo Tires, driven to perform.
Very warm evening here tonight in Richmond, Virginia, as the Rhinos and the Richmond Kickers battling it still for first place overall. The bragging rights for first place in the league on the line here tonight. The two teams tied coming into tonight with 32 points apiece. Both 3 points ahead only of the Montreal Impact, who are right at the heels of both these teams and have a whole lot of games in hand. Montreal still has not lost a game at this point. All right, the first half of play, no scoring to talk about. Looking at unofficial statistics of the match as we check the Marina Dodge first half statistics. The first half stats brought to you by Marina Dodge. Unofficially, I have the Kickers with 6 shots, the Rhinos with 3. Montreal out shooting Rochester 6-3 in that first half. Still unofficial stats, 3 corner kicks for the Kickers and none for the Rhinos, and offsides 2 against Richmond and 1 offside against the Rhinos. So there's your stats unofficially, and first half stats brought to you by Marina Dodge, as always, at halftime. So that's all we have for you as far as stats are concerned at the half. Not a whole lot to talk about. We'll be back to talk to one of the Rhinos players here in a moment as we continue at half. From the University of Richmond Stadium in Richmond, Virginia, at the half, the score, Raging Rhinos, nothing. And the Richmond Kickers, nothing. And again, this is Raging Rhino Soccer on Fickle 93.3 FM.
Yes, this is my Beamer. You can tell from the hand-waxed hood right down to the Toyo Proxys TPTs. That's TPT for Total Performance Touring Tire. I wouldn't settle for anything less. When I switched to Toyo, I got high-performance handling to fudge the road at all speeds, wet or dry. And they're so quiet, I can hear the engine, not the road. Okay, I'll let you in on a little secret. If you promise not to tell anyone, you save some money. Try them for yourself.
Toyo Proxys tires are at Murphy's Tire, Niagara Street, Canandaigua, and Tire World, Empire Boulevard, Webster. Toyo Tires, driven to perform.
Why do you stay posted with the Post newspapers?
The high school sports and see what the kids are doing and see how the teams are doing.
It's really cool when I see articles on the kids and I can clip them out and put them in a scrapbook.
For less than the cost of a cup of coffee, you can stay posted with convenient home delivery of your town's Post newspaper. Just call 442-POST to get posted.
I'm posted. I'm posted.
We're posted. The Brighton, Pittsford, Parents in Fairport, Irondequoit, Penfield, Greece, Gates, Chili, East Rochester, Henrietta, Brockport, and Webster Post. Call 442-POST and get posted.
Hey there, it's me, your car talking. Don't touch the radio. Hey, next time you get my oil change, take me to the all-new Jiffy Lube, please. Jiffy Lube has new owners that use only the best oil from Quaker State with the power to reduce friction so I'll last longer. I love Quaker State. And for you, they have all-new air-conditioned waiting lounges with cable TV and gourmet coffees. Tell them you're a Rhinos fan and you can register to win a cool new go-kart for the kids. No purchase necessary. Jiffy Lube. New owners, new look, new attitude.
I'm Tom Rosati from Mallier Chevrolet Buick. You know, the guy who always says yes, now with a lot more to say yes to. Mallier is Rochester's newest GM-certified used car dealer, with more than 200 General Motors certified used vehicles in stock. And with bumper-to-bumper warranty on these vehicles, you'll have the same peace of mind you have with a new car or truck. So take the short drive to Mallier in Honeoye Falls, or check us out at Mallier.com.
Mallier Chevrolet Buick, we always say yes.
From the University of Richmond Stadium in Richmond, it's the Rhinos and the Kickers scoreless through one half of play. And this, again, the first of 2 meetings this year between the two teams that are currently atop the USL First Division's table, and each team with 32 points. Well, the Rhinos have added a lot of new faces this year, and all have been doing very well. And amongst those is the rookie defender, Scott Palguda. Having quite a year for the Rhinos right now, and I took the opportunity of talking to him a little bit earlier today about a lot of things, and started out the conversation asking him simply where he's from and where things began for Scott Palguda.
I'm from Toms River, New Jersey. That's where I was born and raised. Went to school there all the way through high school until I went to college.
And that's where you started playing soccer also?
Right. I picked up soccer when I was 5 years old, and my first sport I picked up and my first passion, and I've never put it down since.
So you just played youth soccer all the way along, or through the school system, or how?
Well, I did both. I mean, basically did everything growing up. Played all different sports, but then I played soccer at the high school level, at the club level, and through the OUP program as well. So I played in a lot of different places.
Then you went on to college. Was it right out of college from high school?
Right.
Yeah. Where'd you go? How'd that go?
I visited a ton of schools between my sophomore and all the way to the beginning of my senior year. My parents took me all over. Most of the schools I went to on the East Coast, but they really wanted me to get a really broad perspective, and not just soccer. Obviously, academics was a big weight in the decision. So I visited a lot of schools and came down to Notre Dame and Cornell. I thought they were head and shoulders above the rest of the schools, and then it just ended up choosing Cornell over Notre Dame, and that's where I went.
For soccer or for academics?
Oh, it was a little bit of both. I mean, obviously, both schools have great academic reputations, so I'd be getting a really strong degree either way. But I think Cornell being in the Ivy League, maybe that had their reputation is a little bit stronger, and then also the soccer part of it, I felt a little bit more comfortable with my coach at Cornell than I did at Notre Dame. I loved both the schools, loved the guys on the team, loved the campus, everything about both schools, but I think it came down a little bit about wanting to play for one coach a little more than the other, and one school having a slightly stronger academic reputation.
So on the academic side, did you graduate?
I did. I finished up at the end of May, graduated, and it was an interesting last semester going back and forth between Ithaca and Rochester, but got it done.
Now you actually had to miss some time for your graduation, right?
That's right. I missed one of the better games of the year, probably. The away game to Montreal was on my graduation day, so I talked to Coach, and he was great about it, and we both decided that staying behind to attend my graduation was probably the right thing to do.
All right, now your major is what, and what do you plan on doing with it?
I was in the School of Hotel Administration at Cornell, and I have no idea what I want to do with it. I was a law concentration while I was in the school. I don't know if I'll ever go to law school. By the time I'm done playing, I might think it's a little too late for that, but I could see myself at some point going back to school to get my MBA or, doing something with business. I'm not really sure what, but that's a ways down the road, I think.
Well, you're getting plenty of experience in hotels.
That's right. Been living out of a suitcase the last month.
It's like you could actually go in and run a hotel now as you travel around. Business is where your mind is at, you think, then?
Yeah, probably. I mean, not necessarily something in hospitality. I mean, if anything, my degree, even though it's a hospitality degree, it's just a really specific business degree. It's still to take the same kind of courses that a general business student would have to take. So, I mean, I think there's a lot of leeway. I can go a lot of different directions when that time comes.
Back to the soccer side, at what point did you decide you wanted to be a professional soccer player?
Well, I've always wanted to be a pro since I was a little kid, and then I think it became a realism at some point during my college career, probably between my freshman and sophomore year, when I sat down with my coach, and he basically told me that if I wanted to play, if I worked hard enough, I could probably make that a reality.
Was it difficult when you were growing up? Because, I mean, everybody, all kids normally are talking about football or baseball or basketball or whatever, soccer being maybe one of the off-side sports. Were all your friends other sports?
Yeah. I mean, all my closest friends from home actually have never picked up a soccer ball in their lives, and they really don't know much about the game, but I had a couple of my friends, one of my best friends is the quarterback of the football team, a couple of my buddies I played basketball with. But so it was a little different being the only guy that was, probably my whole school, that was really into soccer, who wanted to take it at least at college and beyond. But still my friends at home are really supportive, and even though if they're not in the game, they still always check in and see how I'm doing, and they're always interested in my career and how things are going.
Rochester defender Scott Balduda, and we'll continue the conversation in a moment again from University of Richmond Stadium. It is scoreless between the Rhinos and the Kickers, as this is Raging Rhino Soccer on Pickle 93.3 FM.
Looking to travel in style for a special occasion? Call Golden Memories Limousine and Transportation. With their corporate charters, executive mini coaches, limousines, and 55-passenger bus, Golden Memories has a transportation solution for any event. Invite them to be a part of your wedding day or celebrate your stag or stagette party in style. Golden Memories is the safe choice to travel to casinos, wine tours, or corporate events. Call 723-1322 today for more information. That's 723-1322. Travel with the company the Rhinos use. Golden Memories for all your your luxurious transportation needs.
Hey fans, World Gym Rochester is the official strength and conditioning facility for your Rochester Rhinos, Rattler, Nighthawks, and Amerks. World Gym Rochester is proud to offer personal training packages tailored especially to your needs, including a 5-component system that assures you results. Fun, high-energy group exercise classes like Rep Reebok are offered so you can work out with friends. And to make it more convenient for you, World Gym Rochester now offers newly expanded child care hours. For more information, please stop by the gym, 1717 East Avenue, or call 271-0440.
You know, Arnie, I really admire you.
Well, let me tell you something, Bill. In America, you can have it all.
Yeah, me, I can't even trade in my old car.
Bill, stop being a deli man and go to Marina Dodge.
When you make a deal, we'll pay off your current vehicle no matter how much you owe. New 05 Dodge Durangos and Ram Quad Cab, $9,000 off MSRP only at Marina Dodge. 943 Ridge Road between 5 Mile Line and Hard Road in Webster. Call 866-YES-7774 now. Several available at this offer to qualified buyers plus tax, title, and plate fees. All rebates to dealer. Offers not valid in combination.
The soccer players know the shoes they wear play an important role in how well they play. Don't your work boots deserve the same consideration? Then get your next pair of boots at a Red Wing Shoe Store. Check out Red Wing Shoes at 2680 Ridge Road West or the Southtown Plaza in Henrietta. American made, the largest selection, and the most comfortable boots for your feet. That's Red Wing Shoes in the Southtown Plaza in Henrietta next to Office Max or on Ridge Road West.
At the half, scoreless between the Rhinos and the Kickers here in Richmond tonight. And we're talking with Rhino defender Scott Pelguda about why he chose soccer. Asked him if he decided to become a pro soccer player because he liked it the most or because he played it the best. It was his best sport.
Well, I think that was a little of both, really. I think, you know, when you tend to be better than the most people you're playing with at a certain sport, you probably get enjoyment out of that, of being successful. And then, but it was always, even when I was a little kid, it was always my favorite sport. Basketball was, you know, a close second, but it was never, never top soccer. It was always my first love.
Great. In the sport of soccer, great. A defender. Have you always been a defender?
No, actually, when I started off as a little kid as a left winger, scoring all those goals, and then that quickly ended. I spent a lot of my youth years playing center midfield and left midfield, and actually, you know, now left back is what I play now, and it's probably my most natural position. But I didn't start playing it until going into my sophomore year of college. Even through high school and my freshman year of college, I was always a center back. And it was my first year of playing in the PDL on Cape Cod that I got switched to left back, and then I've pretty much been playing there ever since.
Do you like it, or would you rather move up front still?
No, I do. I like left back, and it is my most natural position. It makes sense. I'm a big, strong guy, and I'm left-footed, so it's kind of natural for me to end up in that spot.
So what are you looking at as far as the sport is concerned? Where do you hope it's going to take you?
Well, I mean, ultimately, I'd like to play at the highest level possible. At this point, obviously, I have no idea what that is. I think I'm still improving. You know, every week, every game, I try to get a little bit better. I have a lot of work ahead of me, but you know, I'm slowly progressing, getting acclimated with the professional level. So we'll see where it takes me.
And that again is Scott Pelguda, the defender for the Rhinos, his rookie season, and a great year he's having thus far, and has been into a starting position here lately with suspensions and injuries and so on, and has filled in very well, doing an excellent job. Second half action about to get underway here at the University of Richmond. It is scoreless between the Rhinos and Kickers at the half. Again, Rhino Soccer on Fickle 93.3 FM.
The New York Lottery presents number 1.
So you want to be a winner? Then pick me, number 1. Because the New York Lottery put me first in line for a reason. I'm the best. And let me tell you, no one really strives to be number 2. But with number 1, you can fly first class. Go ahead, eat at that number 1 rated restaurant. Buy season tickets and watch all your favorite teams play. Sit in the first row and wave that giant foam finger like you mean it. I'm number 1, numero uno. Hey, I'm not calling all the other numbers losers. But you ever whispered in your honey's ear and say, hey, baby, you're my 4th and only. So try hooking up with number 1 the next time you play the New York Lottery. Because everyone wants to be with number 1. The loneliest number? I don't think so.
The New York Lottery. Lotto, Take 5, numbers, Win 4, and Mega Millions. We've got your number. New York's Mega Millions jackpot is now over $170 million. That's over $170 million. The New York Lottery. You can't live the dream if you don't play the game.
At the University of Richmond Stadium as we're about to move into the second half, and the Rhinos And kickers are deadlocked, scoreless thus far, and it'll be Rochester now defending the net to our left. And it'll be Rhinos shooting at the goal to our right, trying to check over the lineup, see if there's any changes. I do say Sanfilippo coming out of the locker room onto the pitch, so evidently he is still there. And I do not see any other changes through the defense. Sanfilippo, Perry, Schweitzer, and Pelguda through the midfield. Malanoff, Steenkamp, Rivas, and Bolanos, and then Halls and Carabayal up front. So here we go now in the second half. And the Rhinos shooting the net to my right. Control from the kickoff by the Rhinos, taken by Malanoff. As draws it out toward midfield. On the right side, approaching the midfield line, turning back, drops it off. And Sanfilippo will first time it along the near touch line. Big bounce inside the 18, picked up in the second half by Pascal. One of the shorter keepers in the league. Usually the starting keepers these days are all somewhere around the 6'3" or 4 range, or even bigger. And Ronnie Pascal only at 5'11". Does an excellent job. Pushed out on the right side and brought forward now by Knight of the kickers. Approaching midfield, along the left wing side. Sanfilippo steps in to head it across midfield, and Fox turning back for the ball, but underneath it is Luzak. Turns it to the outside along the near wing. Rolls it ahead to midfield for Gorez. And a pass in the middle. Richie Williams up the left wing for Jeffrey. Into Rhino territory. Draws it forward to the Rhino 30. And a pass in the middle for Cephas. As he's bumped by Rivas. Turns, gets away with the ball. Still has it along the Rochester 35 and pushing it to the outside of the far wing. Back near midfield. And a feed in the middle for Cephas. Stepping in to steal it away is Rivas. And the Rhinos have the ball back. Rene Rivas to the midfield line. Caraballo, one touch into the center circle for Malanos. Stops the ball, turns back for it. Being double teamed, is knocked away. Cephas has it for the kickers. Looking for the through ball to Jeffrey. Turns it down inside the near end of the 18. Chasing it down around the 5. As he spins it outside the box, dropping it on top and across in front, deflected away by Rivas. As it's controlled down by Malanos. Spinning around to get away from Gorez. 47th minute, just getting going here in the second half, and scoreless. On the midfield line, Malanoff for Caraballo, but blocked away and out of bounds off of the kickers. So it'll be a throw in for the Rhinos. Their own side of midfield.
Second half, everybody in attendance tonight will receive a free.
Out for the throw in, Sanfilippo. Goes low on the throw in. Gorez knocks it away, and the kickers have it. Cross midfield, Jeffrey on the attack. Down around the Rochester 35, and he's run over by Steenkamp. Foul is called. As Jeffrey dropped like a rock. And the referee over to take a look at Kevin Jeffrey. He's trying to evidently evoke a little sympathy or something. Well, it didn't seem like he was bumped too hard. Caraballo is going to get him up off the pitch. Holding up around the mouth area, evidently. It didn't seem like he got hit very hard. Yep. At all. Well, he got bumped, certainly. Anyway, up and he's all right. And we'll have the restart for the kickers from around the Rochester 35. Off the left wing side. Players jockeying for position down inside the 18. Battle going on there. And the ball is left for Burke with the right foot. Serves it in down to the 6. One picked up on the short hop by Vallow as it came down around the 2. Nobody could get the head on it. And so Vallow with the ball. Throws it out on the far wing. Brings it away. Out to the midfield line. Left wing side. Rivas pass up the far side. Stepping back. Howes helping out. Drops it to his own side of midfield to Pelguda. On the left wing. Forward across midfield for Bolanos. On the far touchline. 1-on-1. Turning, trying to get away. Now double teamed. And the ball pops loose. Richmond has it. Kicked out through midfield. Cephas will deflect it into Rhino territory. And a race to the ball. Schweitzer wins the race. Plays it back inside of his 18 to Vallow. And the Rhino keeper with the ball. Brings it off on the near side. Sanfilippo away for the Rhinos. Pass toward the center circle for Steenkamp. Giving it off to his left for Rivas. Continues on through midfield. Looking for the through ball, but blocked away. Carried away by the kickers. Cross midfield line. Richie Williams rolls the ball into the middle for Brown. Stepping up to take it away is Perry. The Rhinos have it. Perry long downfield and then went over top of Luzak. 2 bounces inside the 18, grabbed by Pascal. Throws it off on the near side to Fox. Chris Fox up the wing across midfield. Turning back. It's knocked away from Gorez. Nice slide in on the ball by Sanfilippo and carried away by Malanoff. Toss it down to the 35 in the middle. Caraballo dropping it off in the middle for Howes. His chip across the 18. Near into the box, but out to pick it up. Here's Pascal. Takes it on the second hop. Moves on, 49th minute. No score between the Rhinos and Kickers. Ball pushed out on the far wing. Approaching midfield to the right side. Bird turning it in the middle. Sends it through the center circle off of the near side and back down around his 20 where it's taken by Sanfilippo. Throws it into the middle for Perry. Pressuring him is Cephas. Perry turns it to his left for Schweitzer. Out to around the 35. Feeds it forward to Rivas. Rhinos slowly building it up here. Steenkamp up the right wing side approaching midfield. Chips it to the center circle. Taken by Bolanos. And his chip downfield, but no help. Couple of bounces to the 18 and picked up by Pascal. Richmond kicker with the ball. Waits for the players to move away. 51st minute. And scoreless between the Rhinos and Kickers. Long kick downfield, coming down around the 25. Offside flag is in the air. Offside against the Kickers.
And a foul whistle.
Or was it a foul? Evidently, it was a foul.
Quick kick coming up.
All right, it was a foul against the Rhinos. So a restart for the Kickers. Far into the 18, cross along the front, right through the 6-yard box out the near side, and rolling out over the near touch line. Dowell coming out. Wants some words with the referee, but the referee moves away. Throw in deep in the corner on the near side for the Rhinos.
Paul James River Air Conditioning. Proud sponsor.
Harry will take the throw in from around his 10. Long looping throw in up the near side to Bolanos, and he's pulled off the ball by Luzak. Was grabbed onto his arm and pulled him away, and the foul is called on Luzak.
Free kick for Rochester.
So the Rhinos will have the free kick from their own side of midfield. Mladenov with the right foot. He'll switch it to the outside of the left wing for Howes, checking back on the ball, drops it off at the midfield line for Sanfilippo. Pass toward the middle. Steenkamp right back to Calcutta, not Sanfilippo. Turns it to the outside for Greg Howes, and a pass in the middle on the 35 for Steenkamp. His pass in the middle, however, picked up by Jeffries, who hits the referee. That's knocked loose, and the Rhinos take it back. Mladenov tried to spin away, but couldn't gain control, and it's taken back by the Kickers. On the right side into Rhino territory. It's pulled by Burke down the right wing and pushing it to the outside. Cephas running onto the ball, going to the end line. Here's a cross over top of the net and not over the end line. Goal kick for the Rhinos. No score, 53rd minute.
For the little ones,
and out to Jim Barnard Chevrolet in Churchville through August 18th for the Great American Test Drive. Test drive a new Chevy and receive 2 free tickets to one of 3 upcoming Rhinos games. Also, enter to win the Ultimate Rhinos prize package, including 2 2006 season tickets. Jim Barnard Chevrolet, Buffalo Road in Churchville. Rhinos at home next Saturday, a week from tomorrow, the 30th. When the Richmond Kickers come to town, don't miss that game. Ball flighted through midfield. Steenkamp up but blocked away from the ball and across midfield into Rhino territory. Big bounce of the ball. That's drawn forward. Through ball. Cephas after it. Trying to catch up as it's knocked away out the near end of the box by Palguda. Gets tangled up and goes down, and the collision with Cephas. Grabbing onto his hand. Throw in deep in the corner on the left wing side for the Kickers. Return pass, Gores across in front. That went sneaking through out top. Side volley kick, but put way up over top of the crossbar by Richie Williams.
Shot by Burke over the bar.
Make that Burke on that shot. So again, the Rhinos tomorrow night at Virginia Beach. And the next game, the next Saturday at home against Richmond. And the first 1,500 fans receive a regulation-sized soccer ball courtesy of Chase Pitkin. Wow, that's great. Saturday the 30th. Come on out, get a soccer ball. It's Italian night. Also stop by Wendy's and get a buy one ticket, get one free ticket coupon at Wendy's locations.
Thank you.
Out at center circle. That's chipped downfield by Sanfilippo. And it is side, but in underneath it. Taken by Howes. From 25, takes a crack at the ball, puts it wide left out over the end line.
Shot goes wide. Goal kick for Richmond.
So a goal kick for Pascal. Rhinos have not had very many opportunities in this game. Have not had very many shots or opportunities as we've been used to seeing lately.
We've got a substitution coming up for Rochester.
Looks like there will be a substitution.
Coming off will be number 7.
Carabayal will be coming out.
Carvajal coming off.
And it looks like Sean Shakiris is going in.
Coming on will be number 8.
Yes, it is.
Sean Shakiris.
All right, for the first substitution of the night, the 55th minute.
For Carvajal.
Carvajal is out, and Shakiris is in. Of course, the Rhinos have to be cognizant of what is happening. Tomorrow night, the team will be taking on the Virginia Beach Mariners tomorrow night.
Number 15 will be coming out.
And also checking out is San Filippo. Here and now the 56th minute.
Will be number 27 for the Rhinos.
And Tinwa Bansu is in.
Tinwa Bansu on for San
So Bansu is in, and San Filippo is out. Carvajal is out. This game scoreless, 56th minute. Ball flighted through midfield into Rhino territory. Headed away along the midfield line. Into the center circle, carried away by the kickers. Pass to the middle, one touch in the middle. That one knocked down the 18. Schweitzer getting to it. He'll just knock it out over the end line. And then Schweitzer taken down hard. That deflected away off of the kickers and out, so it's a goal kick for the Rhinos. Goal kick for Rochester.
Goal kick for the Racing.
Still scoreless.
When you're hungry for delicious bread, buns, and
now we see a substitution across the way.
Many brands. Nature Zone.
And Cephas coming off. That's interesting. Cephas out.
And Tasty Cake, that's the Flowers Baking Company.
And trying to pick up who's going in. Looks like maybe Chris Carrieri.
Number 9, Chris Carrieri.
Yes, it is. Carrieri is in the 57th minute for the kickers.
For Richmond. And another substitution for the kickers. Coming on is number 7, Matthew Delicat.
And that Delicat coming in.
Kevin Jeffrey.
And Jeffrey is out. So the kickers bringing in fresh legs up front. And hoping that's going to do the job. And a foul is called, and we'll have a restart at the center circle for the Rhinos.
Richmond free kick coming up for Rochester.
Well, Richmond tried to take the kick, but the ref blows the whistle, says, no, it's going the other way. So the Rhinos make a couple of substitutions, bringing out Carvajal and San Filippo, and then the kickers come back and they change their forwards, bringing out Jeffrey and Cephas, replacing them with Carrieri and Delicat to try to get fresh legs working on the Rhino defense. That's pushed away and out of bounds off of Gorez on the kick from Bansu, and out of bounds, so a throw in on the near side for the Rhinos. Rhinos playing back-to-back nights, so having to keep as many fresh legs as possible for tomorrow night also. Bansu with the throw-in. On the near end of the 18, Steenkamp turning to the outside, but it's knocked away again. In the corner of the go. Now it is chipped away and out. Steenkamp taken down. Foul is called. So a free kick for the Rhinos, 15 yards down off the right wing side.
Free kick coming up for Rochester.
We're in the 58th minute. Still no score. Mladenov and Shakiris setting it up for the restart. Again, out the near end of the 18. Placed at about the 15-yard line. Mladenov there. Right-footed kicker. Shakiris also there. Shakiris lines it up. Runs over the ball. Mladenov serves it up for the back post. Head ball back in the middle, but that's booted away. And a foul is called on the Rhinos, so it'll be a free kick for the kickers. Foul on the Rhinos. So it'll be taken by Pascal on the restart from his own 10. He'll roll it out the near end of the box. Brought away by the kickers. Turning back for it. Richie Williams dropping it off for Fox. Long is 25 and rolls it off, giving it to Knight. Looks to the right wing side, being pressured there by Howes. He'll pass it back on the near wing once again. Fox under the ball, dropping it up the near wing for Gorez. Skipped away and out of bounds. So in near midfield on the near side for the Rhinos. Bansu up for the throw-in. Goes short to Bolanos gets it right back. Bansu, long chip through the middle. And flighted over top of Howes and taken back by the kickers. Into the center circle, long chip downfield. As they battle for the ball up the near side. It is Carrieri near into the 18. Trying to draw it back in the middle. Rolls it to the outside of the near wing. Pass out to around the 25. Fox in the middle. Giving it off to Richie Williams. Crossing to the outside for Burt. Pass in front, but that's headed away along the 18 by Rivas. Get back near midfield. And the whistle to stop play and a foul on the Rhinos. Rhinos have turned the ball upfield, however. Whistle stops play. It'll go the other way. Richmond with the ball. That's down inside, but headed away by Bonsu. Up in the air, coming down around the 18. Blocked to the end line. Here's a cross in front. That's knocked down and pulled out the near end of the box. Rhinos have it. Rivas away. Off the right side. Draws a pass ahead for Steenkamp. Touching it to the outside for Bolanos. Cross midfield, chased by Gores. Stops, slows it up. Drops it back his own side of midfield for Steenkamp. Hands it to the midfield line. Looks downfield, looks in the middle. Center circle. Rivas, one touch, Milanovic. Drops it all the way back to his own side of midfield for Scott Schweitzer. Long up the left wing side. Underneath it, Palguda heads it back in the middle. Settling the ball is Howes. Drops it off Securis. Chips it up the left wing. Inside the 18. Take it down Howes. As the players go down, loose ball. Chipped along the 18. Securis settles it. Dropping it back up top for Milanovic. Turns back to his left. Has it out around the 20. Tried to pass it off, but picked off and sent out to midfield. Tipped away into the stands. That'll play on the far side. So we'll throw it. Substitution for the Rhinos. Lennon Steenkamp checking off. It looks like maybe Pato will be coming in. Yes, it is. So Pato is in the 62nd minute. And Steenkamp is out.
And Steenkamp goes out for Rochester.
Still complexion of things changing here as the ball is then played out near midfield. To the Richmond side of the midfield line. Kickers have the ball. Fox on the near side. 62nd minute, no score. Looks back in the middle with the right foot. Long chip downfield. Settled to the near end of the 18. Turning, trying to get away is Brown as he's being grabbed onto, but gets away from Perry. Now cross along the 18. Stepping in to hammer that one away out of the box is Schweitzer. Rolls out the far side. Kickers get to it. Burke on the right wing. Long chip down inside, but that to the end line is out over the end line, and a goal kick for the Rhinos. Sponsors of these broadcasts tonight include Vision Auto Group. Visit the Vision Auto Group online at that'smyvision.com. By Blueberry Hill Apartments. Come home to stress-free living. Call 889-7250. By World Gym, the official strength training facility of the Rochester Sports Group at 1717 East Avenue. And by Joma, the official uniform supplier to the Rhinos, available at Eurotech at the Rochester Sports Garden. Through midfield, into the middle. Taken by the kickers and brought forward to the midfield line. Richie Williams in the center circle. Turns it to the outside of the near wing. Pass up the wing, but knocked down. After it again along the near side. Gores in the middle at the 20. Drops it back in the middle, looking for the through ball. Moving out. Scooping it up is Vallo. That is got it about his 8-yard line. Wins the race for the ball. So the Rhino keeper has the ball. Rolls it out on the near side, right away by Milanov. Pass to the middle. Pato with the right foot. Long drive downfield. That went through everybody, going to the end line. There is picked up by Pascal. Richmond kicker rolls it along out the 18. Brought forward by Tony Williams. Looks ahead. Switching back into the middle, giving it off to Luzak. He was second in the league coming into tonight in minutes played. That's 16-20. He and Pascal have both played 16-20. Ball played down inside the 18. Two hops, grabbed by Vallo, and he has it. Across the way. Offside flag is in the air, nevertheless, against the kickers. Still scoreless. 64th minute from Richmond. Vallo placing the ball. Not only is it hot and humid, but it is still very still. Flags are hanging completely limp. There's no breeze whatsoever. Downfield, headed along the middle. Around the Richmond 18, then played away out through midfield. Into Rhino territory. Turning back goes Perry. He'll play it back to the keeper. Vallo will just first time it out through midfield. Underneath it, Milanov heads it into the center circle. Shakira settling the ball. That's blocked away and taken back by Burke of the kickers. Cross midfield, but Rivas stepping in to knock it aside, and the Rhinos pick it up. Mladenov in the center circle. Pass through to Rivas. One touch to the outside from Mladenov. Turning back for the ball. Spinning, looking to get away, has it in the center circle. Still being watched. Now to the outside for Ponto on the right wing. Drawing it down to the 35. Back in the middle for Shakiris. Has it around the 40 and into the middle. Back to the 35 for Mladenov. Looks to the outside. Switching now to the left wing side for Palguda. One touch right back to Rivas. On the 35. As he'll chip a high one down inside the 18. Backdoor side of the 18 comes out the near wing. Pato able to settle the ball to feet. Double teamed as just near the touchline and put away off the foot of Fox and out. So a throw in on the near side for the Rhinos. Bonsu. No, he's going to back off. It'll be Jason Perry coming up for the long throw in. And down around caught it about the 15 on the right wing side, the near side of the field. 66th minute, no score here in Richmond. Harry is set. And here's the throw-in. Coming down the short end of the 18 and headed away out top from the 25. Rivas takes a crack at it and misses the upper right corner. Hits it away out the outside of his foot, but too far, couldn't nail the corner.
Goal kick coming out for Richmond.
Kickers with the goal kick. Still no score from Richmond. Pass up the near wing brought away by Fox. As he approaches midfield, looks back in the middle and gives it off to Luzak. Takes his time, pressuring his Bolanos as the ball fed out on the far wing. Head toward the midfield line and off on the near side again to Goriz. Draws it into the middle, but stepping in to knock it away. Rivas comes out on the near wing, and Rivas recovers the ball. Has it around his own 25. Rolls it off in the middle. Pato one touch ahead. Mladenov drops it back for Bonsu. Has it along the near wing. Looks downfield. Right foot through midfield for Bolanos. Checking back on the ball. Has it at the midfield line. Being pressured from behind. Couldn't quite keep the ball in as he's bumped away by Luzak. It's out and the throw in near midfield on the near side for the kickers. Richmond with the throw in. Now for the throw in into the middle. Cross to the outside on the far wing, but in underneath it. Shakiris will head it away to midfield line, but still stepping up. It's taken by the kickers. Pass ahead, then pushed to the outside once again. Down around the 20. Burke looking for the cross along the 18. Delicott with a head ball. Flicks it in, but that's wide left of the net. Delicott is the leading scorer for the kickers. Coming in, fresh legs and all. Has 8 goals, 2 assists, 18 points coming into tonight. Now he is the leading scorer for the kickers. Rhinos are without their leading scorer, who also has 8 goals. Kirk Wilson is off on personal business for the weekend. Ball placed is Battle will take the goal kick for the Rhinos. 68th minute, no score. Battle fights it through the center circle. Headed back into Rhino territory. Flicked toward the middle by Delicott. Stepping up, Perry knocked it loose. Then the ball knocked through. It's knocked down by Bonsu, but continuing on. Delicott inside the 18 tries to turn it in the middle, and then it's played away out the near side. The referee is still pointing at Bonsu, as he got away with a handball right there, and the ball rolled back to the keeper. Battle will first time it away out to midfield. Headed back into Rhino territory. Block loose. That one's sneaking through. Delicott turning in behind as the offside flag is in the air. Offside is in the air. Play is stopped. Referee wants to talk to Bonsu, and he gets the yellow card. That was for the handball a little bit ago. So Bonsu drawing the caution in the 69th minute. And the Rhinos, again, maybe getting a break right there. Offside against the kickers. Restart for the Rhinos from their own 30. Battle will take the free kick. With the right foot, drives it downfield. Going to the corner, battling for the ball. Pato looking for the cross, puts it away off the leg of Birkin out over the touchline. So a throw in deep in the corner for the Rhinos off the left wing side.
To number 27, Bonsu, off the racing Rhinos.
Shakiris. Now he'll leave it there, and Palguda will step up for the throw in. Again, deep in the corner on the left wing. That's the far side of the field. Palguda looking it over. Goes short on the throw in to Bolanos, and then it's knocked away by the kickers out top, but stepping in, Schweitzer. Drops it back in the center circle. Midfield line, Perry turning back for the ball. Will play it back to the keeper, and Vallo's going to have to... He won't get to it. And when skipping by Vallo, wide and not over the end line, so that brings the ball all the way back downfield into Rhino territory for the corner kick for the Kickers. Perry was being pressured, so he turned and played it back, and actually played it back pretty hard. Fortunately, he was wide of the net. So the corner kick, this for the Kickers off the left wing side. And looks like Richie Williams to take the corner. All right, set to go. Right-footed in, swinging kick into the box. Headed away by Bolanos and way out to around the 40. Settled there by Fox, and he'll push it forward, gets it right back. Fox looks around, draws it off on the left wing to get away from Bolanos. Place it to the outside along the near wing. Still controlled. Burke dropping it back at the midfield line for Fox. Crossing off of the far side, into the ball is pushed forward out to the midfield line. Drop back again in the middle. Luzak takes a look around, feeds the near side for Fox across midfield. Almost got away from him, but rolls a pass along in front. As Brown drops it back his own side of midfield to Knight. Knight looking forward, brings it out toward midfield with the right foot, chips it down, and it's flicked down inside the 18, bouncing in where Vallo takes the ball. So the Rhino keeper has the ball. Carrier pressure, so Vallo picks the ball up. Throws it off on the near side. 71st minute, and scoreless here in Richmond. It's Mladenov up the right wing. Being chased from behind by Delicott. Turns back in the middle, drops it off for Bonsu. Midfield line, return pass to Mladenov, and through the center circle, switching to the left wing. Into Richmond territory. Palguda sends it up the wing for Greg Howes. Has it down around the 35. Drops it back to the outside again. Palguda chips it forward. Shakiris knocks it back at midfield, and Rivas up with the ball to the midfield line. Pass to the center circle. Otto dummies it through to Mladenov, and Perry now will volley it across midfield, but knocked down, and then take it right back by the Kickers. Cross midfield into Rhino territory. Right ahead by Richmond, looking for the through ball, but knocked away by Schweitzer. Now it's popped up in the air over the far wing, and Delicott in underneath it. Heads it to the outside. Controlled by the Kickers, down to the Rochester 20, across along the 18. That's knocked down off the post, comes out the near side. It skipped through, hits the post on the wide side, and comes out the near wing. Chipped back in the middle. That one knocked down. Spin around Delicott, taking the shot away. On top, a rolling ball in over the end line, and a goal kick. And that's the second post the Kickers have had on the night. Back in the first half, hit the right post. Now the other end of the field hit the left post.
Number 10, KJ Kevin Jeffrey, you're the winner of a
So the Rhinos dodging yet another bullet in tonight.
The official IT provider.
73rd minute, no score.
Retail trailer to pick up your new wireless mouse.
Goal kick for the Rhinos. Vallo placing the ball. With the right foot, delivers through midfield. Headed back up in the air into Rhino territory. Looked down by Carrier, then knocked away by Schweitzer across midfield. Bolanos coming back. Pass in the middle, skipping past Howes. Bouncing loose, turning back for it is Knight, but getting to it is Pascal, and he'll just then hammer it up into the stands. So it'll be a throw into the far side of the field for the Rhinos, down around the Richmond 35. Throw in. Alguda tried to play it back to Pato, but he had turned the other way, and the ball rolls off to the Kickers into Rhino territory again. Rolling ball through, Vallo out, will first time it away. Out through midfield, headed back to the outside of the near wing. Underneath it is Fox. On the left wing, chips it through midfield, but Mladenov steps in to intercept. Mladenov to the outside for Rivas, however, that's knocked away by Fox and out, so it'll be another throw-in on the near side for the Rhinos, and Bonsu moving up for the throw-in. 74th minute. Players, I think, have to be getting quite tired by now, the ones that have not been substituted for, because very warm and humid night has to be taking a toll on some of these players that have been in from the start. Bonsu with the throw-in. Bolanos settles it to his feet and draws it along the 40 and a pass through the center circle. Off of the left wing side for Palguda. One touch up at the far wing for Shakiris. Draws it down to the Richmond 35, working toward the middle, sneaks a pass through to Bolanos. That is it's bounced away from him and taken back by the Kickers. To the 20, drawn forward. Richmond has it. To the outside of the near wing. Mladenov stepping in, but Fox comes away with the ball. Off the near side through midfield. Drawing it forward. Trying to sneak away. Fox grabbed onto by Rivas, but gets away. Play goes on. Ball comes loose and out of the near side. Foul is called. It'll be a restart for the Kickers from the Rochester 30, a little bit to the left of center. They're calling the 25. Referee let the play go on. As Revi's definitely reaching in and tugging on Fox, and then when the ball got away and went out, he called the foul. All right, free kick for the Kickers. Again, 25, 28 yards out, left of center.
Coming off, number 23, Sasha Torres.
Torres is off.
Number 21, Matt Paul.
And here's the service down inside. Picked up a one hop and a 6-5 battle.
For Richmond.
So again, 76th minute, there's a yellow card is issued to, it looks like, Knight of the Kickers. Knight getting the yellow card here in the 76th minute.
Card given to Richmond, number 25.
No, it's Luzak.
To Luzak of the Kickers. Free kick for Rochester.
All right, so Gorez is out in the 76th minute. And in is Mike Pauls. Checking into the match. Pauls is in. That's Matt Pauls, 23-year-old from Virginia Beach. Ball flighted out through midfield. Licked across midfield by Bonsu. Turned to the outside of the near wing once again. And then sent through midfield. Bonsu stepping in for the Rhinos. Long chip downfield. And back go the Kickers. Played ahead out to midfield. Underneath it, Bonsu heads it forward to Rivas in the middle. Draws it forward. 40 down to the 35. Looking to sneak the ball through the Bolanos, touching in the side, but nobody there, and it's carried away by the Kickers. Richmond brings it away upfield. 77th minute in Richmond, no score. 35-yard line of the Rhinos, then tipped high in the air out of the far wing. That one getting away from Palguda, spinning to the end line. He will get there in time to kick it over the touchline on the far side, so a throw-in deep in the corner for the Kickers. We're about the 1-yard line, deep in the far corner. Played away and out. Outside flag is in the air. Or was the ball out? Anyway, it'll be a free kick for the Rhinos. Evidently must have been offside. 77th minute. No score. Sponsors of these broadcasts include Nextel. Helping groups get things done. Call 800 Nextel 9. New York Lottery. You can't live the dream if you don't play the game. And by Tony's Collision. The finest workmanship is guaranteed. Trust in Tony's for all your auto body needs. Sent through midfield and back into Richmond territory, and then the ball is cleared away and downfield off the kick from Pascal. Up in the air, brought down by the Rhinos in the center circle. Bonsu across midfield for Shakiris. Turning it upfield. Out to the outside for Bolanos on the left wing. Now delivers along the 18, but knocked down in front and carried away by the Kickers. Rhinos have not been able to penetrate all night long. Off in the near wing. Delicott turns it to the outside. Paul sends it through on a return pass, but way too far ahead and out of bounds. Or rather, kicked into the keeper. Scott Donald has the ball. Reach for Carrieri to come over, applying pressure, then picks the ball up. Donald with the right foot, body kick through midfield. Knocked down to the midfield line, carried away by the Kickers. Into Rhino territory, up the right wing side. Brought down to the 25 in the middle. Looking to sneak the ball through, but Palguda knocks it away. Carried away by Shakiris up the left wing. We're in the 79th minute and no score. Shakiris up the left wing side. Pass in the middle. Pato couldn't reach it. Checking back for the ball is Bolanos, but that's knocked away from him. Recovered again by the Kickers. Fox has it. From his 25, turns it out on the near wing. Brought ahead out to midfield by Richmond in the center circle. Richie Williams to the midfield line. Pass deflected through, and Schweitzer picks it up at his own 30. Rhinos have it again. Schweitzer to the outside. That one is past Howes out of bounds. Rhinos looking like they don't have a whole lot of gas left at this point. Howes coming out, and Jamel Mitchell is in the 79th minute.
Substitution for Rochester, number 40, Jamel Mitchell on for number 9, Greg.
79th minute.
40 Mitchell on for number 9, Howes for the Rhinos.
That is 4 subs for the Rhinos. And the only other available, newcomer Mike Tranquilla, and there's a cross in front by Delicat, but off the leg of Perry out over the end line. Out over the end line, a corner kick for Richmond. 5 corners on the night for the Kickers. Rhinos have not had one. His corner kick off the left wing side. Right-footed kicker, in-swinging kick. High service for the back post. That's blocked down at the 6 and brought away by Mitchell for the Rhinos with the left foot. Will drive it out to midfield. Picked up again by the kickers and a pass ahead. Down around the 35, looking to sneak loose. Chipped off on the near wing where it's chased after by Pauls. On the left wing side and a pass ahead along the near wing to Burke. Down around the Rochester 15. Turns it back out top to the 18. Sneaks to get away and a feed into the middle for Richie Williams. Switching to the outside of the right wing for Tony Williams. Stepping down. Crossed along the 18. But Schweitzer's there. Gets the right foot on it. Pops it in the air out to midfield. Mitchell in underneath it. Collision. Ball knocked aside. After it goes Tony Williams for the kickers. And the ball chipped up the right wing. Rolling to the end line. Alguda getting to it. Chased by Delicate. Alguda with the left foot sends it out to midfield. Pato knocking it down. Brought away by Rivas. Tripped up and taken down. And the foul is called. Rivas taken down hard, and a yellow card issued to Richie Williams. Game out plates first on Rivas.
Richmond, and the yellow card given to Richie Williams.
So the caution in the 81st minute.
Substitution for the kickers. Coming off, number 19, Mike Burke.
Burke is out.
Robert Sejemba.
And Sejemba is in the 81st minute. So that's another substitution again. Sejemba is in, and Burke is out. And that's 4 subs for the kickers. To the outside of the left wing, chip down inside. Mitchell up, pulling the ball down is Pascal. Now his 15 comes down with the ball. Rhino still very few chances, very few opportunities of penetrating through on the game tonight. Whereas the kickers have had a couple of posts and really haven't had a whole lot of opportunities, but they've had a couple of golden chances. Pass ahead for Delicate, settling the ball. It's chipped through in front. Moving inside, sliding and blocked away by Battle. Here's a rolling ball in. It's missed wide. Just wide, missing the low right corner as Battle sliding out for the ball. It was knocked away from him, came loose. And Sejemba, just checking into the match, dribbled it wide right of the post. And again, the kickers with a golden opportunity and just missing. Wow.
The kickers would like to wish a very...
So it'll be a goal kick for the Rhinos. Sponsors of these broadcasts include the Soccer Report, Tuesdays at 6:30 on WYSL 1040 AM. Buy Total Tan. Don't settle for half a tan. Get a Total Tan. Located in Penfield, Gates, and Greece. Also by Best Volvo, Rochester's exclusive Volvo dealer at 1500 University Avenue. 83rd minute and scoreless. For the Rhinos, fortunately scoreless.
Birthday party at a kickers home match. Pizza, drinks, cupcakes, and all the trimmings.
Ball flighted out to midfield, rolling back down inside the Rhino 18. Mallow will pick it up.
644-5425.
As Carrieri pressuring. Chris Carrieri, the former Rhino of last year. Rochester's leading scorer last year. As the ball sent out through midfield, coming down to the 18. That's blocked by Milano. Now pushing it forward, stuck through inside by Bolanos. Ball loose and rolls to the end line and then pushed out on the near wing. Carried away by Pauls up the left wing side. Turns, looks back toward the middle, and it's out of bounds and off of the far on the near side, out of midfield and over the line. Throw in for the kickers at the midfield line. Around their own side of midfield. Fox with the throw in. Going short. Richie Williams drops it back in the middle. Now cross to the outside in the far wing. Brought forward by the kickers. 84th minute. Still scoreless here in Richmond. Sejemba up the right side. Brings it down to the Rochester 20 to cross along in the middle. Carrieri dummies it through. Ball brought down inside the 18 to Sean in and misses wide left. Missing just wide left on the shot which was taken by Brown. And so the kickers starting to mount up the number of shots. Right now unofficially I have them leading in shots 12-5 over the Rhinos.
On the shot for the kickers.
And again unofficial. 12 shots for the Kickers and 5 for the Rhinos. Other sponsors of these broadcasts, Tire World at 2049 Empire Boulevard in Webster. Zweigel's, famous for quality sausage and meat products since 1880. And by Hero East Athletic Club on the web at heroeast.com. Goal kick for the Rhinos. Kick through downfield is knocked down, and so is Richmond player, and a foul is called on Rivas of the Rhinos.
It'll be a free kick for Richmond.
So restart in the center circle for the Kickers. Knight with the right foot looks downfield, now chips it ahead. Delicott played it over him, bouncing down inside. That one popped up in the air, comes out the near end of the 18 and chased down by Perry. Rhinos have the ball. Perry with the right foot drives it all the way out, but picked up again to the 35 and a pass forward. In the middle, skip to the outside. Blocked down inside. Carrier shot. Knocked down by Bell. Turns, passes on the ball and has it. Now reaching in behind him, grabs the ball and holds on. So the Kickers right now are pounding away on the Rhinos. Rochester trying to hold on here as we're in the 86th minute, and it is scoreless. Rochester looking like they're just out of gas right now. Battle placing the ball at the 18th. With the right foot, drives it out through midfield. Coming down around the 25, foul is called, pushing off for Bolanos, and so a free kick for the Kickers from their own 30. On the restart to the outside of the near wing, back in the middle for Luzak. Rolls it off to the right side. Ahead Tony Williams, long downfield. That's headed up in the air by Schweitzer in underneath it. Rivas nods to the side for Shakaris. Skips under his foot out the far side, but does chase it down. Tied up along the far touchline, then drops it back. Bolanos out across midfield. On the midfield line, Kickers have it. Turn to the outside again, and the ball gets away. Foul is called. Looks like on Shakaris. And another caution is issued, this to Shakaris, against the Rhinos in the 87th minute. That's the third yellow of the night against Rochester. Richmond has also had 3.
Interference of the Rhinos. Yellow card to number 8. Interference of Rochester.
So on the restart, ball flighted down inside the 18, headed away by Rivas out the near side. Ball drops it out around the 35, where it's taken by Richie Williams. Chips it up through ball, down around the end line, crossed in front, blocked away out over the end line. Off of Schweitzer of the Rhinos. It'll be a corner kick once again for the Kickers. This off the left wing side. 88th minute. And scoreless. Off the left wing. Here's the service into the box. Head ball knocked away outside. Into the box, popped up in the air. Harry brings it away on the left wing. As he's chased from behind, but still has the ball on the far wing trying to get loose. Still being pressured. Ball rolling is finally out of bounds, and that off of the Kickers, so it'll be a throw-in for the Rhinos. From around their own 40 on the far side of the field. Ball left lane there. It'll be Palguda stepping up for the throw-in. Rhinos taking as much time as possible and hoping the clock runs out in a big hurry here as the Kickers really are putting a lot of pressure on the Rhinos. Logged forward by Bolanos on the left wing side. Then he's taken down. Play goes on. Pato on the left wing side. Turns. They fakes the kick. But Bolanos is still down on the pitch. And Shakaris takes it. Stops it. Now just plays it out of bounds. As the referee is going to come over and take a look at Jonathan Bolanos. And the trainer, Dave Pasquale, is being called out to take a look at Bolanos.
Thanks for your help tonight, kids. Good job.
Bolanos having his leg looked at. So it's the 89th minute now. And scoreless here at the University of Richmond Stadium between the Rhinos and the Richmond Kickers. But certainly the Kickers have had the majority of opportunities. As unofficially, at this point, unofficially I have 13 shots for the Kickers and 5 for the Rhinos on the night. And the Kickers out shooting the Rhinos 13-5 unofficially on the night, including a couple of posts and a couple of other ones that were so close. Back to midfield, and the ball chipped downfield by the Rhinos. Mitchell's in behind, offside against the Rhinos. Rochester offside. Restart for the Kickers from their own 20. 90th minute now as the ball is pushed ahead on the near side, out across midfield. Fox chips it to the corner, but no help there. That'll roll out over the end line. It'll be a goal kick for the Rhinos.
Number 14, St. Jemba of Richmond on the last play down in the far end. St. Jemba picked up a caution for Richmond. It's going to be a free kick or goal kick.
All right, so the public address announcer said St. Jemba just got a yellow card on that last play, so that'll be what, the 89th minute?
Richmond family 4-pack, courtesy of our friends at the Children's Museum of Richmond. Come on up.
And goal kick for the Rhinos. Battle placing the ball at a 6.
4 minutes of stoppage time.
4 minutes of additional time. Wow.
4 minutes of stoppage time.
Still a long way to go yet. As the Rhinos looking to hold on here with the right foot. Battle sends it out through midfield. Checking back. That's headed up in the air. Coming down around the Rochester 35 on the near side. Brought forward by Carrieri. Turns it to the outside along the near wing. It's Pauls at the near end of the 18, going to the end box, sliding in to knock it away as Perry, and the ball rolls out over the touchline on the near side. Throw in deep in the corner for the Kickers. Fox moving up for the throw in. Takes a look toward the middle, and the run and the throw. Short flick down in the middle, and Bolanos hammers it away, but on top there's a shot in, but that's blocked away by Bonsu and rolls out the far side. Still after the Kickers, down around the 20, rolling it back into the middle. As they cross down inside, flicked in and up over top of the crossbar over the end line. Another goal kick for the Rhinos.
It'll be a goal kick for Rochester as a full service.
Stoppage time. Scoreless here in Richmond.
All of your family, business, and personal legal needs. Contact Goodwin Sutton.
Gallo gets the ball. Brings it forward tomorrow night. Rhinos from the Sportsplex in Virginia Beach to meet the Mariners tomorrow night, 7 o'clock broadcast time. Hope you'll join us then. And, of course, don't forget the Rhinos then returning home next Saturday night against these same Richmond Kickers. Ball flighted through midfield. Coming down around the 35, headed toward the middle by Mitchell, but that's settled and carried away by the Kickers. From their own 25 and long chip downfield. That went over everybody, knocked out by Schweitzer. In underneath it goes Bonsu. Comes up with the ball. It pops it up in the air off on the near side. And in underneath it is Fox for the Kickers. Has it on the left wing side. Rolls it into the middle for Richie Williams. Shakir is watching him. Williams rolls it to the outside on the near wing once again for Fox. Cross down along the 18 inside. Has the ball knocked down. Picked up a one hop by Vallow. Comes away with the ball. The Rhino keeper has the ball. Still stoppage time. Perhaps about halfway through stoppage time, around 2 minutes or so left. Vallow with the right foot, bodies it downfield. That's into Mitchell, blocked away and taken back by the Kickers. Push to the outside of the near wing. Fox draws it forward, working toward midfield, but stolen right back by Mladenoff. Rhinos have it. Mladenoff pushing the center circle, deflected away. Delicate checking back on the ball. Angles up with Schweitzer in the center circle, looking for the through ball, but knocked away from Carrieri, and turning his Perry to send it out to midfield. In the center circle, Kickers have the ball again. Rod forward. Brown turns it to the outside. That's Tony Williams on the right wing side. A roller through is knocked loose, and in the middle, chipped down inside the 18 as after the ball goes down, diving in, knocked it away. The ball picked up by Sejumba, draws it in, takes a shot, deflected away up over top of the crossbar over the end line, and that off the Rhinos to a corner kick for the Kickers. Another Richmond corner kick. Off the right wing side. Will come the corner. No, off the left wing side. Well, the ref pointed to the right wing, and so now they're going to have to bring the ball all the way from this side of the field over to the other side for the corner kick. To take the corner, Matt Pauls setting it in the corner, and this on the right wing side. Right-footed kicker, out-swinging kick. Setting it up again. And here's the service. Into the box. Up they go. Headed away and on top. Moving in. High shot, but just popped up in the air over the end line. A goal kick for the Rhinos. Got to be less than a minute remaining now in stoppage time.
Paul Office Products is the official provider of...
Restart. Dowdle placing the ball at his 6th. Scoreless here in Richmond. And the way things have gone tonight, the Rhinos will be very fortunate to come out of here with a point if they're able to hold on for the remaining 2 seconds. Vallow with the right foot. High floated through midfield. And there's the whistle, and the Rhinos do come out with a point, and it remains even on top of the USL Division I table. These two teams each pick up 1 point, remain tied for first place overall in the league. A hard-fought battle. Richmond certainly had the opportunities, and the Rhinos are fortunate to come out tonight with the tie. Scoreless is the way it ends up here in Richmond. That's the final score again. The Rhinos nothing, the Kickers nothing. And this is Raging Rhino Soccer on Fickle 93.3 FM.
Getting older can be a harrowing experience. Staying in shape just gets tougher. Why not join the downtown Harrow East Athletic Club? Memberships include aerobics, yoga, Pilates classes, whirlpools, sauna, indoor pool, squash, racquetball, 2 weight floors, cardio, indoor track, free parking, the list goes on. Don't give in, get tough. Join the Harrow East today, and they'll even waive the initiation fee. Call 546-1000. That's 546-1000, and we'll see you at the Harrow East.
Faber Homes is building communities for today's hardworking families. Park Place is located on Union Street, just south of 490 in Chilong. It's surrounded by 1,500 acres of county park. Many home sites are treed or offer the security of a cul-de-sac location. You must look at the new furnished model home at Park Place. The very best value for your family starting at just $129,900. Call them today at 889-9590. Visit their website at faberhomes.com or just drop in for a visit.
We lead very busy lives these days. So many demands, so much stress. There's just not enough time to get everything done. Come home to stress-free apartment living at Blueberry Hill. Luxury and excellence are built right in. Amenities above and beyond other rental units are included. Concierge service is just a phone call away. Let them take care of you. Call 889-7250 and make an appointment and see why Blueberry Hill makes life worth living.
I'm Tom Rosati from Mallier Chevrolet Buick. You know, the guy who always says yes, now with a lot more to say yes to. Mallier is Rochester's newest GM-certified used car dealer, with more than 200 General Motors certified used vehicles in stock. And with bumper-to-bumper warranty on these vehicles, you'll have the same peace of mind you have with a new car or truck. So take the short drive to Mallier in Honeywell Falls, or check us out at Mallier.com.
Mallier Chevrolet Buick, we always say yes.
From the University of Richmond Stadium tonight, the two teams come away, each picking up 1 point in the scoreless tie. And Rochester on the season now in 18 games played, have 33 points with a record of 10 wins, 5 losses, 3 ties. Richmond Kickers in 19 games played also have 33 points with a record of 10 wins, 6 losses, and 3 ties. So these two teams now move 4 points ahead of third place Montreal. But still, Montreal having played only 13 games so far. 5 games in hand on the Rhinos, 6 games in hand on Richmond, and Montreal still without a loss on the season. 8 wins and 5 ties on the year for the Montreal Impact. And when are they going to be making up all those games? Well, it's got to be sometime pretty soon, because we're rolling right along here and heading through past now the middle of July already. All right, as we take a look at what happened in the game tonight, there was no scoring. No scoring, and certainly the opportunities were there for the Kickers on the night to put the ball away as they hit a couple of posts and just missed a couple of more opportunities. So the Rhinos, very little penetration at all on the night. Kickers had the majority in play, but could not put one away here tonight. Checking the unofficial stats on the night, I had 15 shots for Richmond and 5 for the Rhinos. That's unofficial, 15 shots for the Kickers and 5 for the Rhinos. Corner kicks, Richmond had 6 and the Rochester Rhinos had none. And then offsides, 4 against Richmond and 2 against the Rhinos on the night. Scott Dallow in goal, as he played the 90 minutes, did not allow a goal, and comes up with his 6th shutout of the season. At the other end, Ronnie Pascal plays the 90 minutes, also does not give up a goal, and he has another shutout of the season. And so I check back here and see for Pascal, it would be his 5th shutout of the season. And again, for Vallow, let me double check that. That would be his 6th shutout of the season. So a scoreless tie here tonight. And there's your unofficial stats of the night. So Vallow now 9-5-2 on the year. Pascal 10-6-3. All right, as far as these awards are concerned tonight, the LaRocca's Restaurant Player of the Game tonight Yeah, it's got to be Scott Dallow, as certainly had the opportunities. Nobody else did a whole lot, I don't think, out there. I don't know if it was the oppressive heat and humidity or what the problem was, but certainly not a whole lot of pressure applied by the Rhinos. But Dallow played an outstanding game tonight as usual. LaRocca's Restaurant, the official pregame meal of the Rhinos. LaRocca's at 250 Pixley Road in Gates. For reservations or party house information, call 247-4350. And as far as the Chase Pitkin play of the game tonight, well, a couple of shots hit the post. So the post, the friend of the Rhinos here tonight, maybe that should have been the Rochester player of the game tonight, the goal post. But we'll call those ones that hit the post the play of the game tonight. Brought to you by Chase Pitkin, home of a lifetime tool warranty. Well, the Rhinos tomorrow night travel on to Virginia Beach as they wind up this 3-game stint on the road, taking on the Mariners in Virginia Beach tomorrow night at the Sportsplex. And we'll be broadcasting that game beginning at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Hope you'll join us from there for the broadcast. Don't forget the Rhinos at home for 2 next weekend, Saturday the 30th, as they'll be taking on the Richmond Kickers. And again, looks like maybe still might be the battle for first place on Saturday night next weekend. And don't forget the first 1,500 fans receive a regulation-sized soccer ball sponsored by Chase Pitkin. It's also Italian night next Saturday night. And stop by any Wendy's and pick up a coupon for a buy one ticket and get one free ticket coupon from any Wendy's location. Then on Sunday the 31st, the next day, the Colorado Rapids of the MLS coming to town. That's by the way 6 o'clock game time. Gates will open at 5 o'clock. First 5,000 fans receive a World Gym 1-month trial membership for 2. The Empire Statesman will be there. Season ticket holders will use ticket number 17 in their green ticket booklets for the game on Sunday, July the 31st. Well, that's going to wrap it up for my part here tonight. From University of Richmond Stadium, Tom Craver will be taking your phone calls next, so stick around for that. More to come your way yet tonight on our broadcast. Final score from Richmond. The Rochester Raging Rhinos, nothing. The Richmond Kickers, nothing. The Rhinos and Kickers still remain tied for first overall in the league, now with 33 points apiece. Thanks for being along tonight. And this is Don Stevens. You're listening to Rhino Soccer on Fickle 93.3 FM.
From muscle cars to the SSR to Malibu and the new Cobalt. For generations, Chevy has been breaking the rules. Now we're rewriting them. For the first time ever, we're proud to announce the Chevy employee discount for everyone. You pay what we pay for almost every 2005 Chevy vehicle. Not a cent more. The Chevy employee discount for everyone. At participating dealers only. Take delivery by 7505. See dealer for details. See your local Chevy dealer.
What if you celebrated getting things done in your office the way you celebrate on the field?
Barry, our project just got funded. High five. Headbutt.
Barry, are you okay? Perhaps some celebrations are best left on the field. But when you hear this, you'll know things are getting done. To learn more about how Nextel can help you get more done, call 800-NEXTEL-9 or visit Nextel.com. Nextel. Done.
Gallo & Iacovangelo is a full-service law firm that has been serving the Rochester area for over 30 years. The experienced attorneys at Gallo & Iacovangelo are uniquely qualified to represent you in a variety of areas. Whether you've been injured in an auto accident, need to draft a will, or are buying a house, Gallo & Iacovangelo provide you with the abilities of a large law firm, but give you the personal attention you'd expect from a smaller firm. Call them at 454-7145 or visit them online at gallolaw.com. Gallo & Iacovangelo. Progressive thought, traditional values, uncompromising strength.
Are you sick of drinking 3 pots of coffee throughout the day just to stay awake? It's time you discover Excess Energy products. For example, Excess Energy drinks have 0 carbs, 7 great flavors, and no sugar. And that's why you won't get the jitters and then crash 2 hours later. Plus, Excess protein shakes and energy bars are perfect substitutes for when you're on the go. Log on to accessrochester.com. That's the letter X, the letter S, then rochester.com. It'll then ask for a password. It's simple. Energy. Go ahead. AccessRochester.com.
I'm Tom Rosati from Mallier Chevrolet Buick. You know, the guy who always says yes. Now with a lot more to say yes to. Mallier is Rochester's newest GM certified used car dealer with more than 200 General Motors certified used vehicles in stock. And with bumper-to-bumper warranty on these vehicles, you'll have the same peace of mind you have with a new car or truck. So take the short drive to Mallier in Honeoye Falls or check us out at Mallier.com.
Mallier Chevrolet Buick. We always say yes.
Are you searching for the perfect piece?
That one piece to accent your hall? Looking for that special something for your great room? Are you combing through the stores trying to find that one item that will complete your home? Echoes of Time, Main Street, Pittsford should be on your list of places to visit. Echoes of Time has everything you need to make your house your home. Echoes of Time introduces the Harrogate House Collection. These unique European home and office decorative accessories add elegance to any home. All pieces are manufactured with superior craftsmanship in Europe.
Hi, I'm Claire Fox of Echoes of Time Antiques. I invite you to our store. It's upscale and not pretentious. You never know. You may find just what you're looking for.
As a member of the Better Business Bureau, they take pride in doing business the right way. Echoes of Time's Midsummer Sale is going on now. Echoes of Time, 17 South Main Street in the heart of historic Pittsford, open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 5.
In the studios, welcome. And the Rhinos and the Richmond Kickers tying at a 0-0 scoreline tonight from Richmond. The good news, both teams get a point. Both teams still remain tied up top the USL First Division in first place with 33 points. No scoring through the game. Scott Vale getting very lucky from the post several times, and a couple of his defenders, including T-Bone Bantu, clearing that ball off the line for him many times throughout the night. Again, the Rhinos lucky to escape the first place Richmond Kickers with a tie, so they stay tied with Richmond 1-1. 1 point each for each side. 0-0 score tonight from Richmond. Coming up, the Free Time Magazine out-of-town scoreboard. Stay with us. This is Raging Rhino Soccer on the all-new Pickle, 93.3 FM.
Imagine stepping off a plane from Italy. You're famished. If only you could taste the same sumptuous food you just left in Tuscany. Come to Portobello Ristorante. Only Portobello has the authentic Italian cucina taste you find in Italy today. Come, savor their fresh summer specials like Fratello Tonnato, a chilled veal dish with pureed tuna and capers. But come, Paolo Vitale, your host, invites you to Portobello Ristorante, West Henrietta Road, just south of the Route 390 exit. Portobello Ristorante. We're authentic and we're family.
Hey, Joe, what's your vision?
See it online at that'smyvision.com. 1,500 vehicles at your fingertips. Every Vision Hyundai, Vision Ford, Vision Nissan, Vision Dodge. Online. That'smyvision.com lets you compare vehicles side by side, calculate monthly payment, appraise your trade, and so much more. And since the Vision dealerships have over $10 million in approved loans, you'll get credit-free approval fast, easier, and securely. So car shop when you want it. At Vision, we're open 24/7 online. That'smyvision.com.
Oh, yeah. See your vision now.
Hey fans, World Gym Rochester is the official strength and conditioning facility for your Rochester Rhinos, Nighthawks, and Amherst. World Gym Rochester is proud to offer personal training packages tailored especially to your needs, including Apex, a 5-component system that assures you results. The Apex system is customized for you and your needs. Lose weight, improve your health, or just get in better shape. World Gym Rochester and Apex can help you reach your goals. Fun, high-energy group exercise classes like Rep Reebok are offered. You can work out with friends. Spinning, yoga, and Pilates are also great ways to work out and to release stress and tension. And to make it more convenient for you, World Gym Rochester now offers newly expanded child care hours. For more information, please stop by the gym at 1717 East Avenue, just west of the East Avenue and Whitney Road intersection. Or call 271-0440. That's 271-0440.
Rochester Raging Rhinos post-game show. Time now for the Free Time Magazine out-of-town scoreboard. Free Time Magazine is Western New York's premier arts and entertainment guide. Available online anytime at freetime.com. Well, checking around the USL First Division tonight, Puerto Rico at Charleston. No score out of Charleston. That game should have been long over by now. When we get a score, we will pass that one along to you. And Montreal up at Centennial Stadium in Toronto, coming away with the 1-0 victory against the Lynx. Only one goal in that one as Toronto defense held Montreal just to the lone goal. The most important score for Rhinos fans tonight, out of Richmond, the Rhinos 0, the Richmond Kickers 0. And that is the way that one ends. The Rhinos and the Kickers still tied atop first place with 33 points. Montreal hot on their heels now in third, with 32 points. More to come still. We want to take your calls next on the Nextel Direct Connect post-game call-in show. This is Raging Rhino Soccer on the all-new Pickle, 93.3 FM.
Why do you stay posted with the Post newspapers?
High school sports and see what the kids are doing and see how the teams are doing.
It's really cool when I see articles on the kids and I can clip them out and put them in a scrapbook.
For less than the cost of a cup of coffee, you can stay posted with convenient home delivery of your town's Post newspaper. Just call 442-POST to get posted.
I'm posted. I'm posted.
We're posted. The Brighton, Pittsford, Barrington, Fairport, Irondequoit, Penfield, Greece, Gage, Chili, East Rochester, Henrietta, Brockport, and Webster Post. Call 442-POST and get posted.
Oh, who's always there?
Bob Jones and my family.
And Sir Jones thinks ye shall pass without proper toll?
I have my speed pass.
Silence! You've dishonored me.
Seriously? We're on our way to the Sterling Renaissance Festival.
Pass now, my friend, but present proper gifts upon return.
One giant turkey leg for the toll booth guy. Got it, kids?
Yeah! The annual Sterling Renaissance Festival every Saturday and Sunday now through August 14th in Sterling, New York. For a list of special weekend events, visit sterlingfestival.com.
Hey fans, World Gym Rochester is the official strength and conditioning facility for your Rochester Rhinos, Rattler, Nighthawks, and Amerks. World Gym Rochester is proud to offer personal training packages tailored especially to your needs, including Apex A5 component system that assures you results. The Apex system is customized for you and your needs. Lose weight, improve your health, or just get in better shape. World Gym Rochester and Apex can help you reach your goals. Fun, high-energy group exercise classes like Rep Reebok are offered so you can work out with friends. Spinning, yoga, and Pilates are also great ways to work out and release stress and tension. And to make it more convenient, World Gym Rochester now offers a newly expanded child care hours. For more information, please stop by the gym at 1717 East Avenue, just west of the East Avenue and Whitten Road intersection, or call 271-0440. That's 271-0440.
Next up, it's your turn to sound off on tonight's game.
It's the Nextel Direct Connect post-game call-in show.
We will take your calls. We would love to take your calls.
Driven by Auto Depot USA. Call in now. 222-9393.
And welcome to the Nextel Direct Connect post-game call-in show driven by Auto Depot USA. Nextel helping your group get things done. Call 800-NEXTEL-9 for power phones with walkie-talkie, GPS navigation, and speakerphone. Nextel, done. And Auto Depot USA, three-time Rochester's Choice Award winner as Rochester's best selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. Auto Depot USA, unbeatable prices, unbeatable reputation as the Rhinos still hold their unbeaten streak as they draw even with the Richmond Kickers tonight. 0-0, 0-0, double goose eggs, whatever you want to call it. No points on the board for either side in what would be a very lackluster performance from the Rhinos squad tonight. Don't count out the fact that they were without some major players. You know, Cedric they've been living without lately, but again, still out. John Ball out. Turk Wilson, big part of the offensive strike and a big part of the midfield, also out. So you got two starting midfielders in Ball and Wilson, both out. Bolanos moving around the field tonight, starting off in the midfield role and just trying to fill some spots in there. Just a different kind of match for the Rhinos. Definitely you could watch as you were watching that game on TV, controlling the time clock whenever they could. We're getting beat quite a bit in the back. Scott Bell should be thanking his defenders, buying some serious rounds of dinner this weekend and next week when he gets back, and kissing those goalposts down in Richmond because couple shots rattling right off the post solidly. No chance for Vale on a couple of them. He should thank his helpers tonight. So we want to hear what you think. 222-9393 is the phone number here on the Nextel Direct Connect post-game call-in show. talk about anything you want to talk about concerning the game, concerning this weekend. Rhinos still up on top in first place as they're going to go see the Virginia Beach Mariners this time tomorrow night. Hopefully the Rhinos coming out of that one with 3 points. So far on this road trip, they required 4 out of the 6 points they could so far. Not bad for a road trip against two very good sides, especially the one tonight in the Richmond Kickers. Again, 222-9393. The Rhinos will be meeting these same Richmond Kickers squad a week from tomorrow night. That will be Saturday night, the 30th, out at Frontier Soccer Stadium. Make sure you go out for that one. It is Saturday night, big car display courtesy of Saturn Cars. So make sure you get out there. Soccer balls being given away to the first 5,000 fans through the doors as well. Now, little teaser for you. Something coming up next week. The Rhinos will be announcing their 10th anniversary team. Think back over the past 10 years you've been a Rhinos fan. Think about some of your favorite players that have walked through here. Names like maybe Nate Dallicon, maybe Tim Hardy, Gustavo, any of the older players. Rene Rivas is back, obviously, to the team. He was one of the original starters. And Lennon Steenkamp being on the team for the past 10 years. You will have a chance to vote for your favorite players, your favorite starting 11 for the 10th anniversary team for the Rhinos. What's it all about? Well, more to come soon, but we'll take your calls tonight at 222-9393 as we start to pick some of your favorites over the past 10 years of Raging Rhinos soccer. 222-9393 is the phone number here on the Nextel Direct Connect post-game call-in show, driven by Auto Depot USA. We'll take more of your calls. We'll take your calls. Coming up next, 222-9393. This is Raging Rhino Soccer on the all-new Fickle 93.3 FM.
The time for a healthy you is now. And Personal Health Approach Health, Wellness, and Fitness Center, Rochester's brand new premier upscale health club, is the place you need to be. PHA Health, Wellness, and Fitness Center, located at 3450 Winton Place, is the official strength training facility for the Rochester Rhinos. Let PHA's personal trainers and exercise therapists create a personalized program that will meet your needs and goals. Call PHA Health, Wellness, and Fitness Center at 232-8888.
You know, Arnie, I really admire you.
Well, let me tell you something, Bill. In America, you can have it all.
Yeah. Me, I can't even trade in my old car.
Bill, stop being a dairy man and go to Marina Dodge.
When you make a deal, we'll pay off your current vehicle no matter how much you owe. New 05 Dodge Durango and Ram Quad Cab, $9,000 off MSRP only at Marina Dodge. 943 Ridge Road between 5 Mile Line and Hart Road in Webster. Call 866-YES-7774 now. Several available at this offer to qualified buyers plus tax, title, and plate fees. All rebates to the dealer. Offers not valid in combination.
Hey fans, World Gym Rochester is the official strength and conditioning facility for your Rochester Rhinos, Rattlers, Nighthawks, and Amherst. World Gym Rochester is proud to offer personal training packages tailored especially to your needs, including APEX, a 5-component system that assures you results. The APEX system is customized for you and your needs. Lose weight, improve your health, or just get in better shape. World Gym Rochester and APEX can help you reach your goal. Fun, high-energy group exercise classes like Prep Reebok are offered so you can work out with friends. Spinning, yoga, Pilates are also great ways to work out and release stress and tension. And to make it more convenient for you, World Gym Rochester now offers newly expanded child care hours. For more information, please stop by the gym at 1717 East Avenue, just west of the East Avenue and Winton Road intersection, or call 271-0440. That's 271-0440.
Hot dogs. No one makes them better than Sligo's. Hot dogs. Hometown favorite from Sligo's. The flavor is right. Every bite. Cover 'em with lots of everything nice. Everything you like. Come on, take one. No one makes a hot dog like Sligo's. 'Cause how we make 'em makes 'em
Why do you stay posted with the Post newspapers?
High school sports and see what the kids are doing and see how the teams are doing.
It's really cool when I see articles on the kids and I can clip them out and put them in a wrap-up.
For less than the cost of a cup of coffee, you can stay posted with convenient home delivery of your town's Post newspaper. Just call 442-POST to get posted.
I'm posted. I'm posted.
We're posted. Brighton, Pittsford, Parents in Fairport, Arundecoit, Penfield, Grease, Gage, Chili, East Rochester, Henrietta, Brockport, and Webster Post. Call 442-POST and get posted.
Nextel Direct Connect post-game call-in show driven by Auto Depot USA. Nextel, proud supporter of the Rhinos, helping your group get things done. Call 800-NEXTEL-9 for power phones with walkie-talkie, GPS navigation, and speakerphone. Nextel, done. And Auto Depot USA, unbeatable prices, unbeatable reputation as the Rhinos extend their unbeaten streak to 6 games now as the Rhinos drawing even with the Richmond Kickers tonight by a 0-0 scoreline. 222-9393 is the phone number here on the Nextel Direct Connect post-game call-in show. We'll take your calls. And up first tonight on the post-game show is Steve. Steve, welcome to the show.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
I'll be doing better with a goal, but, man.
Well, I guess that's my reason for my call. I mean, you're on national TV, at least, for a lot of homes who watch soccer, and you play a game like that. I mean, now you know why soccer at the professional level is struggling to draw fans to this game. You got to open this game up, have some scoring. We can't sit through 0-0 ties, 1-0, 1-1 ties. All these coaches go on a roll. They like to play for the tie, but in what sport do you have like the Buffalo Bills? They go into Pittsburgh thinking, "Geez, we can't win. We'll play for the tie." I mean, what's the mentality with American soccer? They got to change something to try to make this game go a little bit more than it has been.
I don't think it's just American soccer. I think it's all soccer in general, but you're 100% right there, especially if you want to take off in America. There's got to be goals. That's what people live to see. It's people want to see the goals, the scoring. Posts are great because they can, at least something's going on, but you still want to see the ball go back in the back of the net.
Right. I mean, I don't see why. First, I have two simple things. One is eliminate ties. After a 90-minute game, immediately go to a shootout. 5 shots. Each team starts from about the 35 yards out. The fans will get into it. The place will be rocking, and you'll have a winner and a loser.
And you're guaranteed at least one goal.
And you're guaranteed some goals. And you're guaranteed, maybe you give the team that tied, you give them a point for the regulation tie, and then you give the team that wins the shootout, you give them 2 points. So at least both teams get something for their effort. And the second thing is, in a sport where it takes an act of God to score a goal, what is the purpose of offsides? I don't get it. Why do you have offsides?
It's funny. I have this conversation with my father-in-law at least twice a season. And, the honest answer to that one, I'm not quite sure. The idea behind it is it's supposed to make it a little more difficult for the offense to score. And most people will say it makes it a ton more difficult for the offense to score.
It already is difficult to score. It's just... I've been playing soccer for a long time. I coach it now. It's frustrating for me to see this game at the youth level be so popular. And then even through high school, very popular. College, popular. And then you get to the pro league, and these guys are great athletes. Major League Soccer, even these guys in the A-League, they're great athletes. And they just we can't get the sport to be that fourth or even fifth major sport when the potential is there at the younger levels to do that. And I think if they open up, if they get away from FIFA and say, look, just like hockey's doing. Hey, international, we play your rules. We'll play FIFA rules when it comes to international matches, but when we're playing MLS, when we're playing Division I, the A-League, whatever that's USL, Division I, we're going to play our rules, and here's a couple changes we're going to make, and we're doing this for the fans because we're in the entertainment business.
Well, you make some great points there, and I know there's a lot of people that would probably agree with that. The problem here lies with probably at the top of the USL in general. They're the ones who have actually gone more to MLS was not as they were a little more reluctant than the USL First Division to adopt more of the FIFA style, international style rules. But the USL First Division is the one that's trying to make more of that strict coherence. Look at the playoffs the past several years now, playing that 2-game home and home series for a playoff is very similar to European style tournaments. So
Right.
That is probably going to happen. You're going to see more international, closeness. Probably more so in the USL First Division, or the USL in general as an organization.
That's a mistake. I think they got to start thinking out of the box. I mean, I'm glad the Rhinos didn't lose, but at the same time, I feel like that game was on TV, national TV. It was extremely boring. The Rhinos were playing for the tie. They were playing not to lose. You could see it from the onset.
Absolutely.
And it's very disappointing soccer, and you're not going to entertain the fans by playing soccer like that.
No.
So, anyways,
player of the match for you, Steve?
Well,
if you can find one,
I guess it has to be the goalkeeper, Bello.
Absolutely.
I didn't see anybody else in the field really do anything. It was just a lackluster game and very little hustle up front. Disappointing game in my eyes. I thought the Rhinos were going to play first place is on the line. The game's on TV. I really thought they were going to have a better effort.
I bet you see that I bet you see that tomorrow night. You won't be seeing it, but you'll hear it tomorrow night. And I bet you see it next Saturday at Frontier Field. Remember, the Rhinos were still, not to make excuses, but the Rhinos were still without, Kirk Wilson, leading scorer. Bolanos was playing back in a different role. So a lot of, John Ball out. He was a playmaker in the midfield as well. You can't start throwing excuses out there, but very different style of play considerably when you take some of those guys out of the equation. Steve, thanks for the call tonight, buddy.
Okay, guys. Take care.
You too. 222-9393 is the phone number here on the Nextel Direct Connect post-game call-in show driven by Auto Depot USA. And we want to take more of your calls about tonight's game. Yeah, very frustrating game out there. 0-0 as a scoreline as the Rhinos and Kickers draw even. Never a popular score with anybody in anybody's book or anybody is watching. So we want to hear from you. 222-9393. Ben is up next. Ben, welcome to the post-game show.
Hey, I listened to the game. I wasn't exactly as impressed as, I wasn't impressed in general, but the soccer gods definitely smiled down upon us because many shots, bounced off the posts, and we got lucky, but I'm not going to complain. We got a point anyway. It's not like it was a complete loss.
Right. What more can you say about the game, right?
I know. And when I listened to it on the radio, it sounded like the Richmond Kickers versus Scott Vallow. When you listen to it, it's Richmond Kicker this, Scott Vallow, Richmond Kicker, Scott Vallow. It definitely wasn't very entertaining. But, even though it was on TV or whatever, it's a high cable channel. I know that my friend has it on digital and satellite, so I don't think too many people would have seen it anyway. So.
Well, the soccer fans that want their soccer know where that channel is. It's the Fox Soccer Channel, so right. Newly renamed too at that. So.
Yeah, they'll seek it out definitely. Man of the match, Vallow, no question. And I think that if
Vallow in the goalpost, if you ask me.
Yeah, the goalpost and the soccer gods. But also if Vallow keeps this up, he could be possibly team MVP candidate. I don't know. I don't want to be throwing that out too early, but if he keeps, getting shutouts and keeps getting wins, he's very earning of it, especially.
Okay. 6th shutout of the season now for Vallow, and it's going to drop his goals against even more lethargic. However, on the other side of the coin, I don't think Montreal, I got to check the stats, but Montreal won tonight with a shutout. They beat Toronto 1-0. So if Olivan, I don't even know who's in the pipes right now for Montreal. I'll have to double check that one, but. If Oliveri was in the pipes again, that'll be a second or third shutout now in the recent times that he's been taking over for Greg Sutton. And Sutton has his share of shutouts as well, too. So hard to catch up to the Montreal keepers, but Vallow's on his way and doing a good job at it. Still second place now.
Yeah. I'm not going to complain. And I have a feeling that tomorrow is going to be a very different team, and it's going to be entertaining. Because, we're playing, to keep in first place, and even though Virginia Beach is playing for pride, I think that drive for first place can overpower their pride.
Well, we should certainly hope so, right? However, I'll say this much. Virginia Beach has a lot more pride to play for now. Had Toronto won tonight, Virginia Beach would be in the basement right now. As it is, Toronto and Virginia Beach still tied. So Toronto is not the lone basement holder now at this point. Virginia Beach is always one step above them, but now at least they're equal. And looks like Toronto, when they're not playing sides like Montreal, could probably make a run at it right now. Run for that last 6th place spot. I don't know if they'll make it, but mathematically they are definitely not out of it yet.
Definitely. And I will proclaim it right now, everybody out there, be sure to, root against Montreal. We all need that. And it's also good that we keeping points up against Montreal. It's like somebody said a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, it's us versus Montreal, that's basically what it is, and that's what most of us care about. So, it's important that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep. And Nicole, if you're out there, we like your opinion. Please call in. I like hearing your opinion. You're very smart. It's getting kind of boring, so please call in if you listen.
Hey, I want to know, Ben, are there any fans down at Virginia Beach? I thought I heard some people yell through the TV and through the radio. I thought I heard people yelling at Kevin Jeffries considerably.
Yeah. I don't know. When I went to Washington, for my 8th grade trip, I wore a Rhinos visor and saw a couple of Richmond fans, and, well, there wasn't too much said there, but... So,
no love lost either, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well,
interesting. All right, well, Ben, thank you so much for the call.
Yep.
Take care. 222-9393 is the phone number here on the Nextel Direct Connect post-game call-in show as the Rochester Raising Rhinos and the Richmond Kickers playing to a scoreless tie tonight here down in U of Richmond Stadium down in Richmond. The Rhinos taking on the Virginia Beach Mariners tomorrow night, but they're still on top of first place for the moment. We're going to run down the statistics and look at the USL First Division standings after tonight's game. And more of your calls, 222-9393. This is Raging Rhino Soccer on the all-new Fickle 93.3 FM.
Make a game night this season into a game weekend with the Clarion Riverside Hotel, conveniently located in the heart of downtown Rochester near Frontier Field. Blue Cross Arena, restaurants, shopping, and more. The Clarion Riverside Hotel is offering sports fans a special $69 spectator rate. Call the sales office at 546-6400 for details. That's 546-6400. The Clarion Riverside Hotel, Main Street, downtown, right on the banks of the Genesee River, and just a free kick away from Frontier Field.
The area's best used car selection is in your home. Log on to that'smyvision.com now and see nearly 1,500 new and used vehicles from all 5 Vision dealerships. Search Vision's used import and domestic cars, used trucks, Vision's used minivans. Find the perfect pre-owned SUV. 1,500 vehicles, all priced with huge online-only savings. Save even more with Vision's internet coupon and free oil changes for life, and get instant credit approval online. That'smyvision.com makes it easier than ever to.
The New York Lottery presents Number 1.
So you want to be a winner? Then pick me, number 1. Because the New York Lottery put me first in line for a reason. I'm the best. And let me tell you, no one really strives to be number 2. But with number 1, you can fly first class. Go ahead, eat at that number 1 rated restaurant. Buy season tickets and watch all your favorite teams play. Sit in the first row and wave that giant foam finger like you mean it. I'm number 1. Numero uno. Hey, I'm not calling all the other numbers losers. But you ever whispered in your honey's ear and say, hey, baby, you're my 4th and only. So try hooking up with number 1 the next time you play the New York Lottery. Because everyone wants to be with number 1. The loneliest number? I don't think so.
The New York Lottery. Lotto, Take 5, numbers, win 4, and Mega Millions. We've got your number.
New York's Mega Millions jackpot is now over $170 million. That's over $170 million. The New York Lottery. You can't live the dream if you don't play the game.
Why do you stay posted with the Post newspapers?
High school sports and see what the kids are doing and see how the teams are doing.
It's really cool when I see articles on the kids and I can clip them out and put them in a scrapbook.
For less than the cost of a cup of coffee, you can stay posted with convenient home delivery of your town's Post newspaper. Just call 442-POST to get posted.
I'm posted. I'm posted.
We're posted. Brighton, Pittsford, Parenton, Fairport, Arundecoit, Penfield, Grease Gage, Chili, East Rochester, Henrietta, Brockport, and Webster Post. Call 442-POST and get posted.
Hi, this is Joe Giuliano, Rhinos radio color commentator and host of the Soccer Report. Join us every Tuesday at 6:30 for full coverage of the Rochester Raging Rhinos, Major League Soccer, and international soccer news. Give us a call every Tuesday at 346-3000. It's the Soccer Report.
Every generation of Volvo has been committed to safety and saving lives. Visit Best Volvo, like Volvo owner Peter Parts.
I was in a horrendous accident where an oncoming driver had fallen asleep and hit me head on. I'm absolutely convinced I would have never walked away had it been any other car.
Test drive the Volvo XC90, the world's safest SUV, only at Best Volvo, where style, safety, and all-wheel drive come together to save lives. 1500 University Avenue.
Gallo and Iacovangelo is a full-service law firm that has been serving the Rochester area for over 30 years. The experienced attorneys at Gallo and Iacovangelo are uniquely qualified to represent you in a variety of areas. Whether you've been injured in an auto accident, need to draft a will, or are buying a house, Gallo and Iacovangelo provide you with the abilities of a large law firm, but give you the personal attention you'd expect from a smaller firm. Call them at 454-7145 or visit them online at gallolaw.com. Gallo and Iacovangelo. Progressive thought, traditional values, uncompromising strength.
I'm Tom Rosati from Mallier Chevrolet Buick. You know, the guy who always says yes. Now with a lot more to say yes to. Mallier is Rochester's newest GM certified used car dealer with more than 200 General Motors certified used vehicles in stock. And with bumper-to-bumper warranty on these vehicles, you'll have the same peace of mind you have with a new car or truck. So take the short drive to Mallier in Honeywell Falls or check us out at Mallier.com.
Mallier Chevrolet Buick. We always say yes.
What if you celebrated getting things done in your office the way you celebrate on the field?
We won the pitch. It'll be our biggest fight ever.
That's cool. Maybe some celebrations are best left on the field. But when you hear this, you'll know things are getting done. To learn more about how Nextel can help you get more done, call 800-NEXTEL-9 or visit Nextel.com. Nextel. Done.
Oh, no, it sounds like that car needs some help. Take your car where the Rhinos have been taking theirs since 1996 to Tony's Collision, conveniently located at 270 Anderson Avenue in downtown Rochester, just minutes from the Park Ave area. Tony's Collision is family-owned and proud to celebrate their 40th year of providing quality collision repair. Their color match experts guarantee that your car will look like it came straight from the factory. Tony's Collision takes pride in their quality workmanship and the savings they pass on to their customers. They'll even work directly with your insurance company. When your car's been in an accident, don't settle for anything less. Trust in Tony's. Tony's Collision. Call 473-8776, 473-8776, or stop by 270 Anderson Avenue downtown.
Welcome back to the Nextel Direct Connect post-game call-in show driven by Auto Depot USA. Nextel, proud supporter and fan of the Rhinos, helping your group get things done. Nextel, done. And Auto Depot USA, three-time Rochester's Choice Award winner as Rochester's best selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. Auto Depot USA, unbeatable prices, unbeatable reputation. As the Rhinos and the Richmond Kickers draw to a 0-0 tie, the fans of Rochester are a little frustrated at them. 222-9393 is the phone number here on the Nextel Direct Connect post-game call-in show. And Nicole is up next. Welcome to the post-game show, Nicole.
Hey.
So Ben said call, and here you are calling us up. Did you watch the game tonight?
I did, actually.
All right.
I missed bits and pieces, but with what I watched, I wasn't that impressed. I mean, there's a lot that could have been done that wasn't done. So, I mean, we were lucky to get out of there 0-0.
That game should have had 15 shots on net. When was the last time you've seen the Rhinos outshot that badly, 15-5? And the Rhinos actually only had 3 shots in the first half, so only finding their way toward the net twice more in the second half. Definitely playing for the tie there, and if you missed bits and pieces, Nicole, you didn't really miss much.
Yeah, because like from what I seen, I was just like, what is going on? It was pretty pathetic at parts. I mean, it wasn't necessarily like completely bad playing. It was just a matter of a build-up. They would get the ball and they just wouldn't build up on it enough. And I mean, there's good passing and stuff here and there, but it was just a matter of being fluent with it. So.
And fluency wasn't really one of their strong suits tonight.
Yeah.
If you listen to, I know everybody out there listened to Don Stevens broadcast the game while they were watching it. They turned it on there. But for the few of you that did actually manage to catch a little bit of some of the announcer, Greg Bell, the announcer for the USL, he made a comment that I have to wholeheartedly agree with. He said the Rhinos were playing lazy soccer and they had lazy passes and they just had lazy runs. And I think the word lazy he used several times, and it seemed to fit for describing the Rhinos tonight.
Definitely. I mean, I know they play tomorrow, but tonight was definitely a more important game. I mean, Virginia Beach is not the best team out there, so I mean, we could go into Virginia Beach and we should be able to beat them fine. I mean, but Richmond, it's definitely a more important game. It was first place. I mean, now at least they'll be able to play at home. I mean, that's next week. So, I mean, hopefully it's a better game next week. I'll definitely listen, but...
Well, again, I said it earlier on this evening, and I don't want to keep making excuses, but I'm going to go ahead and say it out there again. The Rhinos were without several key players tonight, and I think one of them is your favorite too, Nicole, that being Kirk Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Kirk was off. I mean, he's got a personal time, going. He's best man at his brother's wedding this weekend. So he had a tough weekend to do it, but it had to be done. It's family. Family's always first.
Yeah,
and Lori Calloway is always about the family too. He says so.
Yeah. I mean, and obviously, I think that was a big factor. I mean, because Kirk does run a lot. He's always all over the place on the field. I mean, he runs without the ball, and he makes good runs with the ball, and he knows what he's doing, and he helps stop a lot of things. So, I mean, I think he was missed. I mean, I think that was his key factor, but the guys out there were definitely capable of playing without him, and so I don't think that was really that big of a reason. But
well, not just Kirk Wilson alone, but also John Ball, another starting midfielder too. He was also out. He's playing. He's serving 2 suspensions this weekend for the incident after he got tangled up with Awful a couple weeks ago. He got the red card. It was that whole controversial second red card. Turns out it was really for getting tangled up and the ensuing stuff that happened after the fact. But so John Ball, Kirk Wilson out. Bolano's not playing his role up top. He's moving back to the midfield now. So the starting lineup was all, not completely, but I mean the back line was still the same. You still had Pelguda, Perry, Sanfilippo, and Schweitzer. But you had Bolanos in the midfield with Stoyan and Lennon and Rivas, and then Howes and Carabao up top. And we've seen the past few weeks when Howes and Carabao were in there when Bolanos was hurt, they didn't have as much chemistry as Bolanos and Carabao had up there. So
I really don't like them together. I mean, I don't think Howes is an awful player, but there's definitely a lot that he needs to work on. I think he has, there's a lot of stuff that, if he just worked on tiny little things, he'd be such a better player. But I think he really just doesn't work well, up top with Cabral and with Bolanos either, so.
He should have made it by now, but it is hard to make that transition from the indoor game to the outdoor game. There's a lot more running involved. There's a lot more everything involved. He had one really decent look tonight and put it way, way high. And in fact, on a fabulous cross that had come to him to misdirect it across the 6-yard box there. But what can you say? There's looks that you get and there's looks that you want back, and that's the case. But so again, with all the players out this weekend and Richmond being the number 1 team and Montreal so closing in and still having 4 games in hand on the Rhinos. You got to play safe, and Coach was talking to the players before the match tonight, and he said in one of his pregame interviews too that everybody's playing defense tonight. That was his style. That was what he was going to go in with. And TV game or not, it's unfortunate it was a TV match, but that was the style he was going into play. Was get some looks, or if we got some looks, take them, but play the defensive game as ugly as it may be. Get at least the 1 point, and if you can get lucky on a counter strike, then you get lucky. But that's what they were going for tonight.
I don't even think they really completely accomplished that either. There's a lot of breakdowns by Richmond, and it's not necessarily that they weren't playing defense, but it wasn't as strong as it should have been.
It was boring, unattractive soccer in the middle. It was tough soccer trying to get it out of our third of the field. And Richmond didn't do that great of a job either. They did pull it out of their third and get it to the midfield fairly quickly and fairly often, and I think that was the difference for Richmond. And they caught the Rhinos, sleeping on a couple occasions, just getting in there and getting deep. And the back line played great, and I'll say it again, Scott Vell's got by that whole entire back line dinner, especially Pelguda, Perry, and who was it? T-Bone when he came in too as well. T-Bone had a great clearance off the line late in the game that could have been the difference. In fact, Richmond had several shots on goal in the past 10 minutes. The very last 10 minutes of the game.
A couple of them hit the crossbar, and a few more were wide. We definitely dodged bullets there, but the defense, our back line is really relatively strong, and they do work really well together. And I mean, Scott Ballo is lucky to have him there, and we're lucky to have Scott Ballo in goal because he is an amazing goalie, and we would have lost a lot of games this year without Scott Ballo back there. So.
Absolutely. Tonight would have been one of them as well, too. I mean, he really made sure that he got in there and did his job. But the important thing is, and the bottom line when it comes down to it, the job they wanted to do, they wanted to get the 1 point. You always hope for 3, but you always shoot for 1. They did it on the road tonight against the other team that was in first place. They are still in first place, tied with Richmond. Now Richmond's off until next Saturday night, so they've got a whole entire week to prepare for the Rhinos again at Frontier Soccer Stadium next Saturday. However, the Rhinos have one more match, that being tomorrow night against the Virginia Beach Mariners. Like you said, Nicole, not a very good side at all. The Rhinos should take them pretty handedly. Although they did put up a fight, and it was hard to beat them a week and a half ago for the Open Cup. It was only a 2-1 match that night, and they had scored first, and the Rhinos had to come back, play hard in that second half to get that victory as well. So only time will tell, but if the Rhinos walk out with 3 points tomorrow night, they will take sole possession of first place with 36 points, and then Richmond really has something to shoot for when they come back to Rochester a week from tomorrow night.
Yeah, so hopefully we're saving it all for the home game, hopefully, and that'll be a better result.
All righty. Well, Nicole, thank you so much, as always, for calling. We appreciate all your comments.
Yep. Thank you.
You have a good night. Hey, have fun in Florida, too.
I will.
Make sure you call us from there.
I definitely will. Don't worry.
All righty.
Bye.
Bye, Nicole. 222-9393 is the phone number here on the Nextel Direct Connect post-game call-in show. And first, we're going to throw a trivia question out there real quick. How many goalkeepers in the past 10 years have the Rochester Raging Rhinos played? How many have actually played time in a match for the Rhinos? 222-9393. We'll take your calls next. This is Raging Rhino Soccer on the all-new Pickle, 93.3 FM.
Hey fans, World Gym Rochester is the official strength and conditioning facility for your Rochester Rhinos, Rattler, Nighthawks, and Amerks. World Gym Rochester is proud to offer personal training packages tailored especially to your needs, including a 5-component system that assures you results. Fun, high-energy group exercise classes like Rep Reebok are offered so you can work out with friends. And to make it more convenient for you, World Gym Rochester now offers newly expanded child care hours. For more information, please stop by the gym, 1717 East Avenue, or call 271-0440.
Hot dog. No one makes it better than Sligo's hot dog. Hometown favorite from Sligo's. The flavor is right. In every bite. Cover 'em with lots of everything nice. Everything you like. Come on, taste one. No one makes a hot dog like Sligo's. 'Cause how we make 'em makes 'em great.
Why do you stay posted with the Post newspapers?
The high school sports and see what the kids are doing and see how the teams are doing.
It's really cool when I see articles on the kids and I can clip them out and put them in a scrapbook.
For less than the cost of a cup of coffee, you can stay posted with convenient home delivery of your town's Post newspaper. Just call 442-POST to get posted. I'm posted.
I'm posted.
We're posted. Brighton, Pittsford, Parenton, Fairport, Arundecoit, Penfield, Grease Gage, Chili, East Rochester, Henrietta, Brockport, and Webster Post. Call 442-POST and get posted.
Yes, this is my Beamer. You can tell from the hand wax to it right down to the Toyo Proxys TPT. That's TPT for Total Performance Touring Tire. I wouldn't settle for anything less. When I switched to Toyo, I got high-performance handling that hugs the road at all speeds, wet or dry. And they're so quiet, I can hear the engine, not the road. Okay, I'll let you in on a little secret. If you promise not to tell anyone, you save some money. Try it for yourself.
Toyo Proxys tires are at Murphy's Tire, Niagara Street, Canandaigua, and Tire World, Empire Boulevard, Webster. Toyo Tires, driven to perform.
And welcome back to the Nextel Direct Connect post-game call-in show driven by Auto Depot USA. Nextel helping your group get things done. Call 800-NEXTEL-9 for power phones with walkie-talkie, GPS navigation, and speakerphone. Nextel done. And Auto Depot USA, unbeatable prices, unbeatable reputation. The Rhinos continuing their unbeaten streak tonight as they tie with the Richmond Kickers by a score of 0-0. Double goose eggs, 0-0 to call it any way you want. No goals scored tonight in the match. We do have a trivia question out there before we go back to the phones at 222-9393. Tonight's trivia question brought to you by Crocodile Rock Entertainment. Rochester's home for Game Show Mania and DJ Fun for every event. Call 594-2112 or www.crocodj.com for Crocodile Rock Entertainment. And the trivia question tonight is, how many goalkeepers have the Rhinos actually played in a match? In all-time regular season games the past 10 seasons, how many Rhinos have dressed and played in the goalkeeper position? Back to the phones we go, 222-9393. Next up we have Jeremy. Jeremy, welcome, buddy. Hello, Jeremy.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Doing all right. How about you?
Hanging in there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't have a chance to watch the game on TV tonight. I had Lucas tape it for me, but I heard it on the radio at work. And
you probably saw just as much of the game at work as you'll see later on.
Yeah, something tells me I'm not going to be watching that tape for entertainment value as much as tactical value come tomorrow afternoon.
Well, you can watch an impressive display by a couple goalposts.
They're my players of the game. I'll vote them for man of the match.
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to throw one out there to T-Bone and everybody else to clear a ball off the line tonight because that was the difference in the game. Valo was too. Don't get me wrong, but a couple of times there was 2 times where Valo was beat. One time he took a chance that he had to take, and a rebound just came out of it. So, but thank goodness for the rest of the defensive line. And that just shows one more aspect of the Rhinos that we don't see that often is that when Valo gets caught out of position through his fault or not his fault, the defense is there catching his back for him.
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, I'm not sure what everyone's so upset about. I mean, by the sound of things, we should have lost this game with all the opportunities that Richmond had. I mean, we didn't have any corner kicks even. It didn't seem like a spirited effort by us.
Jeremy, the shots were 15-5.
Yeah, I think Don said something similar to that, but you're not going to win many games on the road with only 5 shots.
Absolutely not.
Especially with the grueling schedule we've got, players out. I'm not making excuses, but this is a good result given our situation.
Geez, you sound like me. Do you want to come join me? Joe's not here tonight.
Sounds like a plan. I'll be right over.
Yeah.
But, I mean, with this kind of situation, a draw is what you hope for, and I'm pretty satisfied with the result. I was up there for the 0-0 draw in Montreal when we were playing a team, we had just a similar situation. Bolaños hadn't come into his own yet. John Ball was just playing his first game. We were just starting to come together as a team, and we got the 0-0 draw in Montreal. That was exciting. That was a great match. And given the situations here against a team pretty much as good as Montreal with Richmond, I'll take the 0-0 draw on the road with the grueling schedule we have. I'll be happy with that. If it was a draw against Virginia Beach, maybe another story. They're not as quality as a team. But hopefully we'll get the 3 points tomorrow night.
Absolutely. I said it earlier tonight. You want to go into these matches, especially the better teams, quote unquote, since the Kickers were in first place tied with us. You want to go in. You expect the 1 point. You hope for the 3 points. But to go in and get the 1 point, TV or not, that's disappointing for soccer as a sport in America. But it is definitely part of the game plan. Exactly what they wanted to do tonight. To get out of there without major damage and be able to be in a position to take that home field advantage going into next week's match against the Kickers.
Yeah, I mean, I know Laurie Calloway pretty closely. I talk to him on a regular basis. We know each other on a name by name, and I know right off the bat he's not the kind of guy who's going to get the guys in a huddle and say, look, he wants us to score 6 goals tonight on the road. I know we've been playing 5 games in 10 days, but come on, guys, we're on TV. We got to make it look pretty.
Absolutely not. That's not what he's all about.
But all in all, someone mentioned, the Rhinos were playing lazily. I don't know if it was lazy so much as dead tired.
I actually said that, and I was echoing what Greg Ball had said, Greg Bell, had said on TV. And that was the plays and the passes looked very, very lazy, very if you want to call it tired or whatever. But yeah, very lack of energy, definitely.
Well, I mean, fatigue is a factor in playing lazy, but maybe their hearts just weren't in it tonight. Maybe they were thinking ahead to Virginia Beach. But all isn't lost. I mean, we've got a match against Richmond next Saturday, and that's another big 6-point match.
Absolutely.
So we can still break away from the pack and get 3 up on Richmond and a couple up on Montreal.
You know what? 3 points tomorrow night will give the Rhinos, a 3-point lead over everybody else, and then another 3 points against the Kickers next week in Frontier Soccer Stadium on Saturday night, which is distinctly possible. I think this match, you put the players that are missing in Ball, and actually I think Sedgwick will be back as well next week.
Mm-hmm.
You throw Ball, Sedgwick, and Wilson back into that lineup at home against the same kickers team, that's a completely different scoreline.
Oh, yeah. 0-0 draw away from home against the top team in the league I'll take it any day of the week. At home, we're going to look to get the point, but don't expect a pretty game. Richmond's a very talented team, and if we're going to have to grind it out to get the 3 points, that's what we're going to have to do.
Absolutely. All right, Jeremy. Well, I thank you very much for calling and your input in the game tonight.
You're not going to let me take a guess at the trivia, man?
I completely forgot I threw it out there.
Get it right?
No, go ahead, Jeremy. I completely forgot. My bad.
That's all right. I racked my brain and I counted 7.
That's very close. Wrong, but very close. Very good guess.
That's all right, no.
Now, the question out there that I forgot about is how many goalkeepers have the Rhinos dressed and played over the past 10 seasons? Jeremy, I want to hear you sounding off next week, and we'll probably touch on this tomorrow night. The Rhinos are going to be announcing voting starting soon for their 10th anniversary teams. You got to go think back and think about all the past 10 seasons. Dig out your favorite names.
Yeah, we did this on the web boards at the beginning of the season. A lot of interesting responses, but I'm sure it's going to be a very good team, and there's going to be a lot of debate. It should be a lot of fun.
Oh, it should be great. Jeremy, thanks for calling in, buddy.
Take it easy, man.
222-9393 is the phone number here on the Nextel Direct Connect post-game call-in show as the Rhinos and the Richmond Kickers playing to a scoreless tie tonight down at U of Richmond Stadium. Back to the lines we go at 222-9393. Meg is next up. Welcome to the post-game show, Meg.
Hello.
Hello. Thanks for waiting on hold so long there, dear.
No problem. I'd like to make a guess at the trivia.
Go for it.
6.
6 is another good guess. Very close, but no, not quite.
Okay, well, I was wondering if you guys were counting Henry Ring.
Henry Ring? No, we weren't. Oh, you know what? We weren't counting him either. I'm looking at stats for regular season games here, and he never actually.
I know he didn't really play for us, but I wondered if you were.
No, dressed and actually played and got time in the match. Alrighty.
Thank you.
Sure, Meg. No problem. Thanks for calling. 222-9393 is the number here on the Nextel Direct Connect post-game call-in show. Trivia question is out there. The question is, how many goalkeepers have the Rhinos actually played and started? How many keepers for the Rhinos have actually got playing time in the stat sheet, if you will, that kind of deal? How many Rhinos keepers have there been over the past 10 years? And Robert is up next at 222-9393. Welcome, Robert.
Hi, guys.
Do you have a stab at the Oh, we're doing good.
Driving the expressway.
All right.
Is Sedgwick and Ball available for tomorrow night's game, or are they still serving their...
Cedric, he's not on the trip, put it that way. If he's available or not, I haven't counted games. I think tomorrow night would be his last one. He had 6 total to serve. So I think tomorrow may have been his last one. I didn't count. All I know is that he didn't get on the plane, or the bus or whatever it was, or he didn't make the trip. So he won't be playing tomorrow night regardless if he's available or not. But he will be available and most likely in the lineup next Saturday.
Oh, that'd be great. Just kind of get a feel for what their status is for the games coming up.
Absolutely.
Let's take a shot at the trivia.
Go ahead, Robert.
8?
8 is exactly correct. 8 keepers have played and got time for the Rhinos, and I'm going to just read them off in alphabetical order because that's what I got them here. Billy Andracki, Josh Freeman, Soren Johnson, Pat Onstad, Rhett Thompson, remember him? Kevin Rueda, Scott Vallow, and Theo Zagar. Granted, Rueda only got 1 game in, but he still has numbers on the score sheet, so those are your 8. And Robert, congratulations. Did you look it up?
No.
No, you're driving, so you actually had to have that pretty dead on there. Did you listen to the game tonight or watch the game tonight?
I was working, so I was doing a little bit of both. So,
Any thoughts on...
A little lackluster effort, but I've got faith in the coach and what his game plan is, and I think he's doing an awesome job this year.
Well, he got the job done. Again, lackluster or not, fun to watch or not, the point was given and the Rhinos are still in first place. So
3 games in 6 days is a lot to expect from a team to play, but they're doing pretty good.
Absolutely. Robert, thanks for the call. Stay on the line. Hold on 1 second, and we'll grab your information as we go to our next break here. But 222-9393 is the phone number here on the Nextel Direct Connect post-game call-in show, and we will take more of your calls when we continue. So stay with us, won't you? The Rhinos and the Richmond Kickers, 0-0 final score tonight. This is Raging Rhino Soccer on the all-new Fickle 93.3 FM.
a game night this season into a game weekend with the Clarion Riverside Hotel, conveniently located in the heart of downtown Rochester near Frontier Field. Blue Cross Arena, restaurants, shopping, and more. The Clarion Riverside Hotel is offering sports fans a special $69 spectator rate. Call the sales office at 546-6400 for details. That's 546-6400. The Clarion Riverside Hotel, Main Street, downtown, right on the banks of the Genesee River, and just a free kick away from Frontier Field.
Oh no, it sounds like that car needs some help. Take your car where the Rhinos have been taking theirs since 1996 to Tony's Collision, conveniently located at 270 Anderson Avenue in downtown Rochester, just minutes from the Park Ave area. Tony's Collision is family-owned and proud to celebrate their 40th year of providing quality collision repair. Their color match experts guarantee that your car will look like it came straight from the factory. Tony's Collision takes pride in their quality workmanship and the savings they pass on to their customers. They'll even work directly with your insurance company. And until May 5th, Tony's has free Rhino tickets. That's right, come in for a free estimate and tell us you heard this ad and receive one ticket for an upcoming game. When your car's been in an accident, don't settle for anything less. Trust in Tony's. Tony's Collision. Call 473-8776 or stop by 270 Anderson Avenue downtown.
What if you celebrated getting things done in your office the way you celebrate on the field?
We won the pitch. It'll be our biggest client ever.
Ooh, that's cool. Maybe some celebrations are best left on the field. But when you hear this, you'll know things are getting done. To learn more about how Nextel can help you get more done, call 800-NEXTEL-9 or visit Nextel.com. Nextel. Done.
I'm Tom Rosati from Mallier Chevrolet Buick. You know, the guy who always says yes. Now with a lot more to say yes to. Mallier is Rochester's newest GM certified used car dealer with more than 200 General Motors certified used vehicles in stock. And with bumper-to-bumper warranty on these vehicles, you'll have the same peace of mind you have with a new car or truck. So take the short drive to Mallier in Honeyway Falls or check us out at Mallier.com.
Mallier Chevrolet Buick. We always say yes.
Hey fans, World Gym Rochester is the official strength and conditioning facility for your Rochester Rhinos, Rattlers, Nighthawks, and Amherst. World Gym Rochester is proud to offer personal training packages tailored especially to your needs, including APEX, a 5-component system that assures you results. The APEX system is customized for you and your needs. Lose weight, improve your health, or just get in better shape. World Gym Rochester and APEX can help you reach your goal. Fun, high-energy group exercise classes like Prep Reebok are offered so you can work out with friends. Spinning, yoga, Pilates are also great ways to work out and relieve stress and tension. And to make it more convenient for you, World Gym Rochester now offers newly expanded child care hours. For more information, please stop by the gym at 1717 East Avenue, just west of the East Avenue and Winton Road intersection, or call 271-0440. That's 271-0440.
Welcome back to the Nextel Direct Connect post-game call-in show driven by Auto Depot USA. Nextel, proud supporter and fan of the Rhinos, getting the job done. And Auto Depot USA, unbeatable prices, unbeatable reputation. As tonight, the Rochester Raging Rhinos continue their unbeaten streak as they draw even with the Richmond Kickers by a score of 0-0. Nothing in this one but a lot of saves and posts, as the Rhinos still take the top spot and share it with the Richmond Kickers. And we'll run down the USL First Division because we do have the score now from Charleston as the Battery defeating the Puerto Rico Islanders by a score of 2-1. It was 1-1 at the half, and very late in the match, 89th minute, Hollingsworth getting the goal for the Battery to take that lead and eventual victory. As again, the Battery move on to defeat the Puerto Rico Islanders 2-1. Montreal winning tonight as well, 1-0 against the Toronto Lynx, who up until tonight's match were on a 2-game winning streak, which is a big deal for them. So looking down the USL First Division now after tonight's action, the Rhinos and the Kickers still up top at the very top of the table, 33 points. Montreal in third place with 32 points, just 1 point behind Vancouver. The Whitecaps have fourth place all by their lonesome. Fifth goes to, check that. Vancouver and Seattle tied for fourth place as they all both have 27 points. Sixth place now by their lonesome is the Charleston Battery with 24. Atlanta has seventh place with 21 points. Portland right behind them with 20. Puerto Rico with 19. Minnesota with 18. So there we go again with just 1 point separating each of the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th place teams, who are only a game out behind the 6th place Charleston. That last place spot, that last 6th spot for the playoffs, the first 6 teams will be advancing on. That last spot, number 6, still up for grabs, up to anybody. Is Toronto and Virginia in the last place spot with 14 points. But again, the Rhinos and the Kickers playing to a 0-0 tie tonight down at University of Richmond Stadium. Next game for the Rhinos tomorrow night as the Rhinos take on the Virginia Beach Mariners, a team they played just about 10 nights ago at Frontier Field in the 3rd round of the U.S. Open Cup. So tomorrow night's game at Virginia Beach, the Rhinos hoping to walk away with 3 points there. That would take them in sole possession of first place. And then their next home match will be a week from tomorrow night. That will be Saturday, July 30th. Against the same Richmond Kickers they played tonight. That's Saturday car display night. It's also Italian night out there at Frontier Soccer Stadium, so make sure you get out there. Go to Wendy's and get your buy one, get one free tickets for that match. And the first 1,500 fans will be getting soccer balls courtesy of Chase Pickin. Also next weekend, the MLS comes back to town as the Colorado Rapids are in town Sunday night, July 31st. And then, of course, don't forget, August 3rd will be the 4th round of the U.S. Open Cup. The Rhinos getting to play the MLS Metro Stars for the 2nd time this season. Don't miss it. It's going to be a big, big match for the Rhinos to move on. And that will about do it for everybody involved in the broadcast. And our new guy, Little Sammy, our producer, Camp David, teaching him how the ropes work. My name is Tom Craver at the Rhinos. Drawing even tonight at the Richmond Kickers, 0-0. Thanks for listening, folks. We'll talk to you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Have a great night.
Brought to you by
Auto Depot USA,
Best Volvo,
Blueberry Hill Apartment, Chase Pitkin,
Clarion Riverside Hotel,
Connolly Printing, Faber Homes,
Free Time Magazine,
Gallo and Yacovangelo,
Golden Memories,
Arrow East, Messenger Post Newspapers,
Midtown Tire,
Health Source Chiropractic,
Omaha,
Mollier Chevrolet Buick,
Lakeside Country Club,
Nextel Partners,
Marina Dodge, New York Lottery,
Personal Health Approach,
Soccer Report,
Tony's Collision,
Total 10, Vision Nissan,
World Gym,
Zweigels,
on the new Fickle 93.3 FM, Random Radio.
Okay, back to the music, and thank you for listening to Pickle 93.3 FM. Okay, we promise we're about to play a whole bunch of songs in a row. Long music sets are the one thing you can count on from Random Radio. Pickle 93.3 FM. I'll shut up now.